Hi, I'm Katerina Belaruska, and I'm incredibly excited to welcome you to the FEM Online Program. This space was created for the young woman ready to grow, lead, and make bold movements on their own terms. I work with the young leaders, top managers, technology experts, and the changemakers from the different countries for years. I've built businesses, startups, and created a social and a charity impactful project. And one thing I've learned is confidence is not something you are born with, it's something you build. And FEM program is here to help you build it step by step together. Confidence is not something you were born with, it is something you build.
Future-empowered minds!
One bold step at a time. Your mindset, your voice, your creativity and power to lead, speak and pursue, it's already within you. But now it's time to master it. To bridge the gap between who you are today and who you dream of becoming. And you don't have to do it alone. I welcome you to the FEM, a 4-month leadership and empowerment journey for the teenage girls, combining mindset development, creativity, body confidence, real-life skills, and community support. It's not just about learning, it's about becoming. Starting September 25, you will dive into the online workshop and the mentor session designed to strengthen your inner and outer leadership. You will explore topics like public speaking, emotional resilience, communication, using AI, building your personal brand, and how to show up with a strength even when the life gets tough. Through this journey, you will be supported by the mentors who have a huge experience in the business, self-development, and the personal growth. Every step you will have a huge support, and we will be proud of each of you. You will never walk alone. The FEM Sisterhood is here to uplift you and to celebrate each of you. We will reflect, create, and support each other every day. All participants who successfully complete the journey will receive a certificate of achievement. And there is something more. Some of you will be invited to a special offline retreat, a few days of unforgettable energy, teamwork, personal growth, new friendship, and a shared vision. This is not a school. This is not a competition. FEM is a safe, supportive, and inspiring community where you seen, heard, and challenged to grow in your own dynamic. If you are ready to lead with the confidence, claim your space and connect with a girl just like you, join us. Let's build your future, our future, a future of bold voices and the real changes. Your voice, your story, your power, there matters more than you think. And FEM is where it all begins. To build your dream life, you must first build your mindset, your skill set. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today with the FEM program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Diana Kocheva. I'm combining in daily life art and tech, and also empowering people to follow their dreams. I'm also founder of London Tech, the biggest tech community in the UK. So welcome from foggy London. I'm thrilled to welcome you to the final event of our FEM program, the FEM Online Summit 2025. While we wait, let us know in the chat where you're joining from. We will read all your comments. You can use also the hashtag FEM Online Summit 2025 and share this event online. We do believe it's important, so about our program, we'll learn more and more people. Welcome again, and it's final event of FEM Online Program, a 3-month free leadership program designed to empower teenage girls with essential skills and competencies in leadership, negotiation, communication, and female empowerment, providing mentorship and global network to help them unlock their full potential and create a better tomorrow. We received almost 500 registrations, and 60 girls were selected to take part in this program with mentorship support. We had 6 mentors, 20 speakers, and 35 inspiring lessons. During the summit, young women from all across Europe will present their projects in 6 teams that embody our theme, sustainable change driven by creative leaders. Each team will be evaluated according to certain criteria. Let's go through those criteria so we will also know about them. First of all, it's application of skills, whether the participants applied the skills taught through the program. Then we will evaluate them through originality and impact, uniqueness of the project idea, creativity, and potential impact. And of course, presentation quality, use of technical tools, clarity of communication, and mastery of the content. We will also evaluate through quality of responses, how well the team answers follow-up and additional questions. We will also evaluate through project feasibility, realistic potential for implementation, because we will talk about the words, it's really important. And teamwork and collaboration, ability to work together, handle challenges, and propose alternative solutions. So once all 6 teams have presented, we will summarize the results. I also want to remind you that the FEM program is driven by the Katerina Belaruska Foundation. This foundation creates and supports, drives diverse opportunities for children and youth empowerment and development through sport and education. Before we start, let me introduce that the registration for the next edition of the FEM program is now open. Through today's summit, listen carefully, we will mention a secret code word 3 times. You can use this code when filling out your application to increase your chances of selection, and actually it will even give you an extra point to the project. So listen carefully. The code word is inspire. Remember it, write it down, type it to the application form at the comments and our social media, and share it with your friends. So now let's briefly go through today's agenda. First, we will watch presentations of our brilliant girls of their final projects, their creative ideas for sustainable change. Then we will have a short break during which we'll get to meet our special guest, our secret speaker. After that, the jury will share their feedback and announce the winners during the award ceremony. So stay with us through all event. It's going to be inspiring and full of energy. And I also want to encourage you to ask questions. We will go through all of them. So please do support our participants and let us begin our inspiring journey together. Please welcome Katerina Belaruska. She is the founder of the Katerina Belaruska Foundation and the visionary behind the FEM program. Katerina, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Daria, for presentation. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our first FEM Online Summit. It is a great honor to be there today together with our partners, mentors, speakers, and of course with our incredible girls, because girls, you are the reason why FEM exists. FEM is not just a program, it is a community, it is a sisterhood, and also the movement where we're trying to empower the young female leaders. We're trying to help girls to develop their essential skills, and also trying to support them on their way of working on their self-confidence, because when girls are supported, they can change the world, they can change their local communities, which is very important. Today, first of all, I would like to address to our FEM participants, because girls, you are going to present your projects today on which you were working during the last 2 months, and I think that's a quite exciting and interesting moment for you. So I would like to support you on this stage as well, and just to remember to you that you are the voice of tomorrow, and to get remember you that leadership has no age, no borders, and no limits, and each of you brings something unique to this world, your ideas, your resilience, and your empathy. So keep choosing actions over fears, curiosity over doubt, and of course collaboration over competition. That's very important. So I wish you good luck with the projects, and once more I would like to thanks to everyone who was a part of our FEM family, let's say this way, during all that time, and choose to create the changes. So let's begin our FEM Online Summit, and let's continue shaping the future led by confident and unstoppable female leaders. So good luck for all of us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Katerina, for your inspiring words. And now let's meet our amazing jury members, mentors, leaders, and changemakers who have supported our girls on the journey. And I will also tell how today will go. So we will see 6 team presentations, each followed by questions from the jury. Then a motivational talk, results, and of course, awards. So yes, so we are leaving the most interesting part for the end. But listen to this. For the first place, the team with the highest project score will receive a grant for further project implementation. I do believe it's the most important part, and the final amount will depend on the project's theme, budget, and scope. So organizers will contact the team to define all the details. For first, second, and third places, we also have, for the teams, we have a chance to join a career-oriented retreat in Cyprus. So this camp will include company visits, professional workshops, and daily sessions with NGOs and experts. For sixth, fifth, and sixth places, each participant will receive a certificate for English language courses. Additionally, 3 individual participants with the highest total scores and who were the most active in the educational part, they will receive special invitations to the Cyprus camps as well. So all details about logistics and participation will be shared directly with the winners after the summit. Before we begin, let's take a moment to meet our esteemed jury, the experts who will be evaluating today's final projects, and each of them brings unique experience, leadership, and inspiration to our summit. Let's welcome them. And the driving force behind this FEM Online program. Without her, there will be nothing today. And Katerina has been leading numerous educational and social initiatives that empower young people and promote equal opportunities in education, sport, and personal development. I also want to welcome Mariada Hajandoniu. She's founder and director of Perha Group, a Cyprus-based partner providing HR and business solutions for high-growth industries. Mariana is passionate about people development, leadership, and helping organizing unlock their full potential. And I also want to welcome Antonina Yermeichuk. She is co-founder and CEO of Deus Robotics, a company created intelligent automation solutions for logistics and retail. Antonina works in robotics and AI, helping companies improve efficiency and sustainability through innovation. Please welcome also Natalia Limonova, an expert and entrepreneur in educational technologies in EdTech across Ukraine and Europe. Natalia has extensive experience in developing platforms and strategies that make education more accessible and relevant to today's learners. And of course, Nadia Belous. Nadia is multi-year management board and global lead board member of the Lega Group, General Counsel CMA, Central Eastern Europe, Middle East, Africa, and supporting 100 plus countries. So we can only imagine her expertise. Let's give our jury a virtual round of applause. Now, We've met incredible experts who will guide and evaluate today's presentation. It's time to move on the most exciting parts, the final projects from our teams. Each presentation will last up to 20 minutes, followed by a short Q&A from the jury. Girls, I will try to moderate also the time. Keep in mind the timing, and please enjoy today. Don't worry, you already did great. You're here at the final start. So let's begin with our first. Now we can see presentation.
Okay, that's great. If something goes off, just let me know.
Sure.
Guide loom. Have you ever felt like there is no loom in the dark room? Like you need a guide to help you find the end of the tunnel? Guide loom, pretty obvious what that means, right? Is the loom that guides you to where you want to be. Our project first launched on the 12th of October. Since then, the 7 of us have been working on it. The beautiful members of our team are Maria Moroz, Maria Sulima, Valeria, Darya, Sofia, Alexandra Lonska, Arina Motina. Guide Loom is an Instagram page that guides teenagers to understand themselves better and to cope with stress when life gets overwhelming. At its heart is Ophelia, a fictional character inspired by real emotions and struggles from real teenagers. We chose Ophelia because she reflects what many teens feel but can't express or understand on their own. Through her stories, we explore anxiety, self-doubt, and any other topics that helps you growth in a way that feels personal and safe. She's not perfect as we are. That's exactly why she's relatable. As teenagers ourselves, we faced moments of confusion, pressure, and loneliness. We realized that many of our struggles could have been much easier if someone had just explained. That's why we created Guideloom, not as experts, but as peers. We wanted to help other teenagers understand how they feel, what they need, and how supports looks like to them. Because when advice comes from someone who truly gets it, it hits differently. On the 15th of October, we created our first public survey. It covered some important topics like stress management, education, self-awareness, and many more. So far, we've collected over 40 responses, and this number grows every day because our survey is open for everyone who wants to reflect on their life profoundly. The average age of our responders was from 16 to 18 years old. After analyzing the survey results, we found that mental health is declining. Today's teenagers have very high levels of stress, especially related to academic performance. More than half of responders said that they have much higher levels of tiredness, and that there is a significant decline in mood and high levels of anxiety. That's why we decided to choose the topic of mental health, because teenagers deserve to learn in an accessible language how to cope with the difficulties of adult life. Our solution is Guideloom. The goal is to build strong, supportive community when everyone can share their feelings and don't be afraid of being judged. We are discussing a lot of important topics, such as positive self-talk, boundaries, stress, and time management. We want to make psychology tips understandable for everyone who follow our page. Teenagers should follow Guideloom because it's made for them and by them. We speak their language. We share their worries. And that's why we can offer tools that they can actually use.
We have already created more than 10 engaging posts and over 50 stories. Our signature style combines calming colors with a friendly tone so teens feel safe and comfortable. And with our Pinterest-like design, we keep their attention. Each post offers practical tools or reflections, helping them navigate this journey independently. We clearly defined our target audience, teens aged 14 to 18 who care about mental health, as well as psychologists, mentors, and even parents who want to understand their kids better. We shaped the style of our page around their preferences. To engage them, we used polls, quizzes, and interactive questions. We added relatable hooks and eye-catching visuals. And for advertisement in Telegram channels, we managed to triple our audience. But working fully online was a real challenge. Coordinating 7 people, handling disagreements, and covering for absent members wasn't easy. But despite all that, we supported each other, kept communication smooth, and stayed motivated. These challenges didn't weaken us. They made both our team and our project stronger. So let's get to know our team. Sofia Chumak, designer and manager. Her visuals speak with a powerful voice and endless creativity. Daria Rudenko, designer and content creator. She transforms emotion into art, drama into confidence, and music into stories. Irina Motina, copywriter and content creator, fluent in 7 languages and fluent in feeling. She writes with heart and ambition. Maria Moroz, tech manager, video editor, and researcher, a quiet powerhouse who edits with emotion and researches for depth. Valeria Yuchnich, social media and marketing manager. She blends empathy with strategy, turning stories into impact. Maria Sulema, content creator, designer, and copywriter. Bright and focused, transforms thoughts into meaningful stories. And last but not least, Alexandra Lonska, designer. She blends originality, creativity, and inspiration.
We have learned a lot during the project. We learned the importance of patience and understanding and teamwork, even when opinions differ. Disagreements are absolutely normal. Planning ahead is crucial, but flexibility and improvisations are key to meeting deadlines. Dividing responsibilities fairly keeps the team motivated and effective. During the project, we became more confident in ourselves and our decisions. Since the project have started, we created an Instagram page, attracted over 80 interested users, created a survey to understand the audience, and launched advertising in Telegram channel. Here are some key leadership skills that we acquired for this project. Learning how to adjust when things don't go as planned. Learning through diverse opinions and schedules. Learning how to delegate and rely on others. Of course, along the way, we faced some challenges, as any project does. Time management, struggling with last-minute work and finding time for the project. Decision-making, difficulty agreeing on ideas and adjusting plans to match team capacity. Team coordination, managing different opinions, busy schedules, and finding compromise. Communication and engagement, challenged us at the start of the project. Our future plans are to continue advertising for Telegram and explore new promotion tools, expand Guideloom and build a larger supportive community across multiple platforms, develop an online course on psychology and mental health for teens. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope that you will find your own Guideloom to guide you through all the difficulties. If not, follow Guideloom, the loom that will guide.
Thank you, girls. What a beautiful presentation. Applauses from everyone. I can see you have amazing support even in YouTube. Please, people who are listening for us there, don't be shy, ask your questions. But now let's listen to our jury, and maybe you have additional questions. Who will be first?
I can go first. Yeah. I have a question regarding your follow-up. So you mentioned that you would like to create the psychology program as a future plans. Can I ask, like, who are you planning to collaborate with, and are you working with psychologists at the moment, or someone who's practicing or studying that? What's the plan regarding that? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Right now, our main future plan is to expand our audience, as we haven't yet reached 100 followers, which was our first goal. But after engaging more followers, we are thinking about starting a course. Right now, we are not collaborating with psychologists, but we're thinking of that. What we have, a plan that we have for now is starting this program from scratch, so we can use some free tools, maybe not so free tools, but we want to, as you have heard in our presentation, we are teams working for teams. So we want to tell everything that way that they will understand it. That doesn't mean we won't require any professional support. We're planning to find more support from professionals. It's just a more long-term project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can see we have one more question from Katerina.
Yes. First of all, thank you, girls, for the presentation, and the project is amazing, and I think the topic is very actual, so it's always important to support teens in the psychological way. I have the same comments actually as was before about are you working with the psychologist or the coach, because I hear now the answer that not yet, but that is my strong recommendation to do that in the future, because you always have to have some expertise, which you feel it maybe how to answer some questions, but you don't know is it right or not. And the psychological thing is so, so fragile thing. So it's very important when you conduct the projects like this, to be sure you give right and truthful information. So please check it in the future and collaborate with someone who have this expertise. And the question is a bit another one. You mentioned about the decision making, that was one of the challenging you met during the teamwork. And the question is how you actually, what is your algorithm for the decision making? Because from your team, I do not see someone with a role like the project manager or the general manager, someone who is the responsible for the final decision making. So how do you work with it? How do you making the decisions during the process?
Thank you for the question, because it's really important. Our future shapes because of our decisions, and they impact on our project so much. That's why we've created a couple of rules, unspoken rules throughout our program. First of all, we listen to everyone, to every opinions. If we have, for example, a task to create a first post, we don't know, for example, which topic is going to be. We listen to everyone's opinion. We can do it on our WhatsApp chat to pin this message, and everyone can answer that. And then we can, for example, meet or create a pool where we can vote. And because of that, it shapes that everyone is agreed on something. And if we even don't come to one conclusion, because we want to include so many topics in just one post, we can create a small description for them, which leads to agreeing our team and everyone is satisfied. So we're trying, first of all, as I said, listen to everyone's opinion. Then, if needed, we can meet and discuss it even more. And then we finally make decisions because we create pools in our chat, and this leads to finding a real answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer. Nadia, I can see that you also raised a hand and there is a question from you.
Yes, again, my applause goes to you. Amazing, amazing topic, and a very brave one, by the way. But I have a question regarding inspiration. I would like to understand what or who inspired you during your work. You know, what while you were working from the idea developments throughout the decision making and up to today's moment, what was your inspiration?
Okay, I got. So I can tell you a little secret how we even came up to this idea because it was hard. So, as we teens, we faced a lot of challenges throughout our lives. And while we were doing this, coming to one idea, we needed, of course, to find the possible topics, the more interested ones, and why we came to mental health. What inspired us to do that is we couldn't find any, while we were searching, we couldn't find any accessible, really accessible page made for teens in just, for example, Instagram, free some stuff. And we understood that we might have challenges even during this project because during meeting deadlines, even before the project, it was really hard time management, also communicating with our team. What inspired us is our support to each other, and we understood that we need to share this support to others, that we are inspired because we support each other, and we need to inspire others by supporting them through creating Guideloom. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer, Sophia. We have one more question from our jury. Natalia, you wanted to ask something?
Yes, thank you, girls, for your amazing presentation. You're very brave and your presentation is great. And I would like to ask you about which specific methodology or tool from your training program did you find most critical and useful for your solution, for your work, and why?
I think the most helpful was the time management technique, as it's the most important, and we faced a lot of challenges with time management, but after we watched the lessons about time management, it became easier to follow the deadlines, and we started doing everything on time, and time management techniques like Pomodoro techniques personally helped me a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. And kind of like follow up on this from my side, because you mentioned that, well, even talking about timing, I can see how you manage your presentation perfectly in nice speed, and we covered everything within these 20 minutes. But for me, even like more interesting will be to learn what keep you motivated, because I know that this program, you were working on this project for 3 months. And we all have life, we all have different situations happening. What kept you motivating doing this for all 3 months?
Well, it's a really good question because sometimes we lack motivation. But as we are a team, we support each other every time. So if someone has some troubles in their lives, we can support, we can help. And that was the case of our teamwork. Like we helped each other, and it took us to our target, to our yes, it was our journey with teamwork. It really helps to each other to stay on track for.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your answer. Jory, do you hear that? It's one of our competencies that we're looking for, working together. And Mariana, I can see that you also have a questions to girls.
Good morning, girls. What an amazing work. Well done. I wanted to ask you about the name of your project. The name of is amazing. I find it already inspired, and I already follow you in your social media and your Instagram page. So I really want to hear the story behind.
So I think this story starts really basic because we wanted to, our whole page is about guiding someone. It was in our goal. We've been using this word over and over. So the first thing we need to do is make this understandable. We can't really say, for example, name our page Ophelia, because it won't be understandable for people who just go through Instagram, go through posts. So the first criteria we really need to follow is make this first inspiring, understandable for people who are looking to our page and maybe wanting to support us. And loom means from, it's another word for the light. Maybe you understood this. And what brings us, and also while we were watching some interviews of our mentors, and they've used this a lot. They've used the light, we need to inspire, and we understood that everyone has its own light inside them, and we want to make them shine. We want to turn on their light. We want to guide how to turn on your light on your own. That's why just we basically come up with this. And thanks to our, I would say, idea thinker, content creator, unfortunately, she's not here, but she created this name, and we're really thankful because we really love it. And it's so inspiring also just to look at it. Thank you.
Even when you're talking about the project, I can see how you're shining. Beautiful and organic. So please give applauses to first team. You did amazing, girls. Everyone who is listening to us in YouTube, I can see that you're writing motivations to the girls. Please continue support them, but also don't be shy, ask your questions. We can always say it here out loud so girls can answer it. And I'm giving microphone to team number 2. Second team, please.
This is sharing room.
We can see
Alright.
presentation. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, that's great. Right, so good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. We're Dress Your Mind, and today we're very, very excited to present our final project, a concept that connects fashion, self-expression, and mental well-being in a new and meaningful way. My name is Daria, I'm the project manager of the team, and I'll guide you through our vision alongside our designer Yaroslava and our social media manager Olga. So let's begin. We're a team of dedicated girls who decided to use social media as a space to raise awareness about fashion, self-expression, and confidence. Each of us contributes something absolutely different to the project, and together we work like a mini creative agency. 8 girls, 1 idea, and surprisingly, 0 arguments. Our main goal with Dress Your Mind is basically to show that fashion is so much more than just clothes. First, we explore the relationship between fashion and psychology. Second, we also want to reach teenagers who struggle with self-expression or low confidence and give them some kind of content that actually supports them instead of pressuring them. And finally, we aim to educate our audience about the historical events that shape the way we dress today. To understand what teenagers actually struggle with the most, we ran a questionnaire to identify what audience we were working with in the first place. And the results confirmed that many teen girls face issues with self-expression, body image, and confidence. 80% said that they feel more confident in clothes that suit their personality, proving that fashion affects how we feel, how we behave. When we ask them how social media fashion content makes them feel or inspired or motivated and so on, only 42% said that they actually feel inspired and motivated, which basically shows and proves to us that fashion content online can be both empowering and harmful. To support our own findings, we also looked at some kind of external research conducted in 2024 by Khmelnytskyi National University based in Ukraine. Their study on how fashion trends influence teenagers' clothing choices showed us that 55% choose clothes that mainly are for their comfort, 25% aim for stylishness, and only 20% choose original items to emphasize their own uniqueness. This confirms to us the same idea. Teenagers don't just follow trends. Instead, they want clothing that will actually reflect their identity, their comfort, and obviously their individuality. All of these results do not appear out of nowhere. There are clear reasons behind them. Fashion is often reduced to just trends instead of identity and psychology. Likewise, online content trends tend to be very unrealistic and lead to pressure or overconsumption in the long run. We tend to overconsume in order to just catch up with trends, which wipes out our own identity and harms the environment at the same time. And finally, there is a lack of content that is actually accessible, relatable, and educational. And that's exactly where our project steps in. And now that we've identified the problem, let's move on to the solution.
So our solution is to completely redefine what fashion content looks like. Instead of promoting consumerism, we focus on confidence, creativity, and self-understanding. To make this accessible, we create simple, bite-sized educational content in formats teens already enjoy, making learning easy and engaging. Our goal is to make fashion feel meaningful, not overwhelming. To bring our idea to life, we built a multi-platform concept that speaks directly to our audience. TikTok and Instagram platforms are used for Get Ready With Me's, makeup, and our Fashion Memes Explain series, mixing education with entertainment. Whereas Telegram serves for longer written explanations and ideas elaboration. And finally, our digital journal is a pack of 10 complex fashion and psychology concepts explained in detail, but in a visual and accessible way. Our target audience is teens aged 13 to 19, mostly women, who are active on social media.
At the very beginning of our project, we set very clear goals to just guide our own work. To, first of all, create at least 20 original posts that were planned, researched, and designed by us from scratch to reach a minimum of 100 teens in total across all platforms, meaning that combined number of followers should cross that number. To develop a full digital journal towards the end, and most importantly, we wanted to raise awareness and inspire teenagers. To make sure that we stayed on track, we planned our work in 4 main phases, each of which was divided into even smaller steps later on. This timeline helped us stay organized, delegate tasks efficiently, and even track our progress from start to finish. Behind the scenes, organization was key. We created the Excel table of like 7 weeks of work. Every task was posted and tracked where everyone could see its status, done, in process, or assigned to someone else. Additionally, our Telegram workspace included separate tabs like content, statistics, research tasks, which made it easy for everyone in our team to find what they needed without actually endlessly scrolling, and allowed us to stay aligned at all times. Of course, no project runs perfectly without any challenges. Some of the main difficulties that we have faced were time management and skill gaps. To handle this, we created a rotating task system so work didn't depend on just one person. This way, work never stalled. We also dealt with some unexpected issues like power outages of the members who are currently located in Ukraine, preventing members from attending meetings and communication problems. To fix this, we always recorded our meetings, shared summaries, and held regular online check-ins. These solutions not only helped us finish our project on time, but also strengthened our teamwork and collaboration, turning challenges more into opportunities for growth. Now let's talk about the impact. What actually happens when our content met the audience?
Here is a glimpse of the content we created across our social media platforms. One of our most standout ideas was the quote of the day, which connected self-expression with confidence in a simple daily format.
Here's a look at the visual side of the project. We designed visual materials to be appealing, clear, and consistent with our concept. Everything, fonts, layout, colors, was designed to make our content aesthetic, readable, and attractive to teens, while still delivering its main message. Our journal is at the heart of the project because it allows us to explore complex fashion and psychology terms. It contains 10 chapters like enclosed cognition, the emotional closet, and psychology of the mirror. Each chapter is designed thoughtfully to make the content inviting and easy to read. We designed it to be visual, accessible, empowering, and informative, something teams can return to whenever they need inspiration or clarity.
Here is a summary of the impact our project has had across all platforms. We have doubled our original goals, showing that teens resonated with our message and interacted consistently with our content. Alongside the numbers, we also received valuable feedback from our audience. Many teens shared that our post has helped them feel more confident and more connected to their personal style.
Так, я використовую їхні поради для того, щоб краще вдягатися, і вони працюють.
And all of this taught us more than we expected.
Working on Just Your Mind taught us some of the key skills. First of all, we strengthened our project management skills, planning, delegating, and monitoring progress to make sure that everything ran smoothly. Second, we improved our teamwork and collaboration, respecting each other's opinions, providing some kind of constructive feedback, and combining our individual strengths effectively. We also developed better time management skills, learning to prioritize tasks and work efficiently under deadlines. And finally, we gained experience in research and content planning, gathering reliable information and translating it into some kind of engaging content. These lessons will stay with us beyond the project and will help us in any future team or creative endeavor. Even though this program is officially ending for us, we have no plans to stop here. We're excited to continue growing Just Your Mind in many, many new ways. Next, we plan to launch a youth-led fashion podcast, and we're hoping to invite speakers and influencers related to fashion from time to time. We have actually already scheduled an interview with Britton Diego, one of the speakers in the FEM meeting 30 Under 30 for the next week. And we also want to conduct street interviews with teens and young adults about self-expression and continue to print and expand our own digital journal. Our goal is to keep building a space where fashion supports identity and not pressure. Thank you so much for your attention and time today. We're proud of what we've accomplished, and we're happy to answer any questions you might have. Remember, you're not just dressing your body, but you're dressing your mind.
What a beautiful presentation. Again, girls, you audit yourself, you found your niche, and I can see even huge progress that you made during these 3 months. And let us hear some questions from the jury. Who will be first? Okay, Kate, I can see you're first. Go for it.
Thank you. Girls, that's an amazing project and an amazing presentation. Really good job done. And I wish you to continue develop your project because that's really looking great. I have a question about more management things because you mentioned in your presentation about a rotation system. So can you explain us a little bit more how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. If no one minds, I'll take this one. So in order to kind of manage everything that was going on, we had an Excel table where basically we could see all the tasks. So every single Sunday, more or less, I was posting as a project manager, I was posting new tasks. Before that, on like Thursday or Friday, we always held some kind of a meeting where we could decide on which topics do we want to talk about next week. So I would put everything on the table and everyone could see it, who is responsible for which task. So this way people could know in time, so kind of like have some kind of advantage with the time to know in advance if they are not capable of doing something. So if they feel like, okay, maybe I don't have enough skills to, be capable and be able to do this particular idea to kind of like release it somehow, then they would mention it to everyone, and we would look very, very quickly for someone else who would have enough skills for that, who would have time for that, because obviously we all have life and we cannot work on it like full time. So yeah, we would always look for someone who would be like feeling more comfortable, let's say, at this particular skill, working with it. So that was like our rotation. If you feel like you cannot complete it under the deadline, you cannot meet the deadline, it's totally fine with our team. We would be like completely fine if we would just find someone else who would be able to do it in time. And this way also, if you weren't working on your exact idea, but someone else was helping you, you could have them as your mentor and ask them questions, learn from how they're doing it. This way, for example, firstly, we had only one designer, which was Yaroslava. And then we also had Julia, who was also the second designer, as she realized that she wants to work on design more. So quite often Yaroslava was helping her, teaching her, mentoring her in some steps, so that she could feel more comfortable in this field.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nadia, I can see that you also have questions to girls.
Yeah, first of all, I can say that I'm super inspired, and Daria, the way you have outlined it, you give so much energy in it, that it's difficult not to believe. And especially the one thing that struck me the most is style versus social pressure. So I want to ask you more about this style versus social pressure. What do you see as your next step? I could see about the podcasts and talking to different people, but what could be anything that could help you to elaborate more on this concrete thing on style versus social pressure, and how it can help teenagers to be more self-confident with the style versus the consumeristic approach in terms of the style? What or who could help you to to elaborate more on that topic?
Yeah, I can take this one. Well, as we already mentioned, we are planning to launch a podcast, and we are planning to do that really soon. And we also already have planned an interview with Brittany Diego, who is a fashion influencer. And we have also collaborated with fashion influencers who promoted us on their page. And we are planning to post more videos about the connection between fashion and those social pressure, so that teens can feel confident in wearing the stuff that they like.
Thank you so much. And one more question from me, because you probably might heard that if talking about now, if we will count all clothes that were made at this very moment in the world, it will be enough to for 3 generations to wear it. And you know that the main program and the main theme of FEM Online Program of this year is sustainability. So how did you decide to go with this theme, like in fashion world, that is like the most, I would say, unsustainable thing in the world? So how did you decide to go here? What also kept you inspiring to dig at it more and to change the habits of other, like your friends and other generations? Thank you.
I'll take this one. Thank you for the question. If we're talking about the things that in the world there are too many clothes, we had the post in our Telegram channel about capsule wardrobe. So not over shopping, and be very be controlling what are you wearing, how much clothes do you have, and so you don't overbuy clothes. Then if we're talking about our inspiration, the thing that was inspiring us is that we all want to meet each other, and we want to do it in Cyprus. We truly believe that we can win and go to the Cyprus to meet each other and talk about our project more.
Sorry, can I add to that?
Of course.
Also, apart from that, yes, we did have a theme, like a whole concept about the capsule wardrobe. And also, I think it would be really nice to implement more videos and content in general about thrifting, because it's actually such a great thing to do. And in fashion, you can get vintage pieces, you can explore your style more, and all of this is with things that have been already produced and worn by someone, but of course they are clean and everything. And I think that if we are going to succeed in popularization of thrifting and people actually not buying the store, buying clothes from new stores, but finding clothes already that they own, that other people own. It's going to boost the environment more, and we are hoping to achieve that. So yeah.
Thank you, Yaroslava. Here in the UK, and actually I would see it's a global trend right now, even in US, like going to charity shops and thrifting became new hunting, new way of hunting. So it's great that you highlighted this part. I can also see that yes, and it's become more popular, and I do believe more voices like you, active and loud, will make it change. So thank you for this. And we have one more question from Natalia.
Thank you, girls, for this great presentation with such an energy. And I want to ask you, did you analyze existing solutions in fashion for teenagers? And what could be your competitive advantage in comparison with these solutions?
Yeah, can I take this one? Of course, we did analyze everything, we did a lot of researches together. We also launched like a little questionnaire to see what people actually want to hear from us more. And we all are finding solution for the fashion, as you can see in our journal, how to make it better, how to explore it, and how to find your personal style. That's all, probably.
I just like to probably add on top of that we something that makes us a little different from the other projects and from the other influencers, let's say, is that we first of all promote the basically avoiding of overconsumption, as we believe it's definitely horrible for the ecosystems, for ecology overall. And we're currently working on kind of like expanding this part of our project and sharing more and more of the different researches, but in a way that will be interesting, let's say, for the teenagers, and not just boring and something somewhere over there. And we also create bite-sized, basically education content that is going to be easy, short, but still will make some kind of implementation in the future and will influence people's thoughts, influence how the teenagers see this world, what they choose to wear, how they're choosing to do it. So something that will definitely make us different, and something that we received as a thing that makes us different from the other teams as a feedback from our audience will definitely be that, first of all, we kind of focus on making everyone feel confident in what they wear and making people understand that clothes is so much more than just a piece of some kind of issue. It's much more tissue, sorry. It's much more than that. It's a lot about our like psychology, about how we feel, our mental well-being, and we're trying to show these examples, making people feel like valuable and basically making people feel confident in what they wear, what they choose, how do they present themselves. As in our journal, we have a lot of topics about that, which are very, very nice, and it's a quite reliable information. We have a lot of sources, and we also had quite many people read it and gave us feedback about that as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I can see Antonina has a question as well.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for the great presentation. And I just wanted to ask in more details regarding those styles you're suggesting. Are they based on appearance of the person, or what are they based on? Because I personally do like fashion, and I did do work with some guidance and stylists, but they are for adults. So what would that be different between for adults based on color, skin, and hair, eyes, and so on? For teenagers, I believe that would be a bit different because this is more about personalities. So who is the expert in your team to walk me through that, and maybe give me top 3 what is those guidance will be based on? Thank you.
I can try. So for teenagers, as you said, yes, it's mostly the personality factors. And I think the combination of personality and appearance and preferences, like physical ones, if you don't like sweaters and you don't like how they feel on your body, it's not going to work, like that kind of thing. And in combination, all of that is going to form your individual unique style. Like if you like something more official and like blazers and stuff, at the same time you don't like, I don't know, you don't like shirts, you're going to wear sweaters with blazers, and all of that may be in dark tones, and it's already unique to you because maybe you will add some accessories to that. Maybe you will find that one perfect gold chain or something. And it all builds through those three that I already mentioned: the physical factor, the personality factor, and the just preference factor, and also your history, where you came from. Like all of this together combines in a style. And it's also they're not all equal, all these categories, and for different people they're different. So maybe someone really likes Ukrainian culture and their whole wardrobe is in vyshyvankas. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like to add like that we promote experimenting without pressure, so that teens can try different styles, they can try different clothes that they like without pressure and without being judged for something.
Thank you. And again, thank you for answering all questions. I can see that you did really great research, so this customer development. And what was the biggest surprise for you? So something that you wouldn't believe that people are answering or what they need. Or it's still if
Go on. Okay.
Okay. Also, for me, as a researcher, the most surprisingly thing was that in 1920s, flappers made a big influence to the fashion history. So they were very independent, bold, and they made a huge influence in the history of women fashions, the fashion, and everything. And now, Virginia,
Okay.
your turn.
Can I? Yeah. We were also really surprised that teams are scared of not fitting. Somewhere that rather than just showing too much of their style, like, and we also were inspired by how openly they were showing their insecurities, which help us to make our project better and our researchers better too. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answers and for your beautiful presentation. Girls, you have amazing team, and let us applause for them. You also received a lot of support from YouTube listeners. And let me introduce third team. Please, the floor is yours.
So, hi, my name is Anastasia, and Maria and I are both excited to present our project She is Always Here. Around the world, so many incredible women change history, but their names were forgotten or never even mentioned. At the same time, girls my age are growing up without real role models they can relate to. Our projects connect these two worlds. We bring together the heroes of the past and the changemakers of today, so that girls can finally see themselves in leadership. So what is the actual problem that we're solving? When we looked at the numbers, we realized something is seriously wrong. Cyprus has the lowest percentage of women on company boards in the European Union, at 9%. In the UK's FTSE 350, just 1 in 10 CEOs is a woman. In Ukraine, only 21% of leadership roles are held by women. But the biggest problem isn't only the statistic, it's the lack of visible role models. This reinforces stereotypes and limits aspirations of young girls. When girls don't see examples of women's achievements and leadership, this creates an imaginary obstacle that prevents them from reaching their full potential, bringing their ideas into life, and driving change. It quietly tells them, the world is not for you. We want to change this narrative completely. And guess what? The solution to this problem is She's Always Here. How did we do this? We created a platform that brings visibility to both forgotten women from history and young women achieving incredible things today. Through short stories, visual posts, and interactive content, we highlight their achievements, struggles, and impact. So our goal is simple but powerful: to educate, inspire, and build a community where girls can see real role models, past and present, and feel empowered to follow their own path. I would also like to discuss our target audience and stakeholders. Our target audience is young people who are passionate about social issues, gender equality, and leadership. As you can see from the statistics from our Instagram page, our audience is mainly 18 to 24 years old, followed by 25 to 34 years old. But our stakeholders go wider. Our project team and mentor, the FEM program organizers, the women we interview, and of course the people who follow and support us online. We also work with the tools you see in this project: Instagram, our website, Canva, video editing, to turn our skills into something real and visible.
So, when we first started, our MVP was simple. We just wanted to see whether people actually cared about women whose history name trying to erase. So, after doing some researches, we chose Instagram, the fastest way to test reactions. So, we began building short and emotional reels that highlighted forgotten women and told their stories in a modern and relatable way. We didn't have fancy tools, a very big team, or a marketing budget. Only one question: if we give these women back their voices, will anyone listen? And honestly, the answer surprised us. So, after seeing the first wave of interest, we understood this project needs a home. So, we launched the very first version of our website, and you can see it here on the screen. It shows our team, our values, how we built this project, and why it actually matters. It highlights women in different professional fields. But the coolest part, our site works like a library of forgotten women. You can just click on a name and instantly discover who she was, why her story was erased, and why she deserved to be remembered today. It also can be a place where our future sponsors, supporters, and partners can understand exactly why this work is so important. On the next slide, you will see some examples of our very first posts. So let's move on.
And of course, building our project wasn't a race. It was a marathon with its own challenges. First of all, we had to discuss every detail as a team and learn how to compromise. Different opinions, different schedules, but one shared goal. Also, we quickly realized there is no such thing as a perfect role model. We needed to research carefully and choose women who are confident and resilient, not flawless. And last but not least, we had to balance school, life, and commitment to this project. We managed it by supporting each other and sharing responsibilities.
And of course, we didn't want just to speak. We wanted to listen. So we created a feedback form, and honestly, the comments were mostly positive, as you can see. But what matters even more was the feedback that helped us grow. People asked for updates, and we didn't ignore that. We built on it. So, as for updates, you can see it here on the screen. So people asked for categories, and we did it. Also, we did more catchy reels by adding background music and some different topics, for example, inspiration, fun facts, and of course, we started to collaborate with other page. So here you can see how our content plan is changed and how our profile look like. Some inspiration topic, quizzes. So as for our promo campaign, the first one was interview, and the second one was a collaborative reel. So, with whom we did collaborative reel? With Madalena Costa. Why her story immediately spoke to us? Because Madalena is a girl who is fighting for something incredibly powerful. She wants her voice to be recognized in the Olympics. She is talented, determined, and brave, and yet her voice is still hidden. And that's exactly the kind of woman our project exists for. But here is the special part. Her coach saw our reel, loved it so much that she saved it and posted on her page. She didn't even know who made it. She just felt the message. So we reached out, invited both of them to collaborate, and they said yes.
An exciting opportunity we had is an interview with an inspiring woman leader. I had a chance to speak with Natalia Hrytyuk, who works in entrepreneurship education at UCL School of Management, leading a project called the Next Generation of Entrepreneurs for Ukraine. She leads lecture series to large audiences, including hundreds of displaced women in the UK, sharing her personal story of overcoming challenges and leadership. After being displaced by the war and moving from a senior academic post in Ukraine to the UK, she rebuilt her career while raising 3 children and supporting other refugees to do the same. This program lowers barriers for women to gain business skills and networks and shows a woman leading entrepreneurship education at a top university. For me, it wasn't just an interview. It was a real conversation with someone who is already doing what many girls dream about. By sharing her story, challenges, and advice, we turned theory into a living example. It also pushed us to use our communication, research, and interview skills in a very real way.
And here you can see what happened next. People weren't just watching, they were reacting, supporting, and sharing. It was our first serious proof that women want to be heard and people want to hear them. So, as for results, the real impact became clear when we looked at the bigger numbers. For example, the most popular reel get more than 70,000 views. Also, we reach 104 followers, and we increase our views by more than 100,000. And I want to say that these numbers mattered not only because they are big, but because every one of those views represents someone who stopped scrolling and started listening.
We see our project growing beyond this program. In the future, She's Always Here will grow into a global platform with millions of followers that amplifies women's stories, empowers teenage girls, and changes the way society sees leadership. Yes, it's possible. We plan to launch a podcast with an interview series, build a digital archive of women's stories, and create a global community where girls can connect, learn, and share their own journeys. In other words, we're not just collecting stories, we're building a long-term space where they can live, grow, and inspire new generations.
And what about our business model? Firstly, we want to do merch, and I believe that people will buy it because it's not just an item, it's a message you give to the world.
Also, we would launch paid and free content in podcast format and collaborate with other brands and highly engage with the audience. Another important part is grants and funding. We would take part in youth enterprises and creative projects competitions. What could also be possible is sponsorships, ads, and partnership with brands.
And finally, we would get money from monetization, supporters, and of course, partnerships. So, as a summary, I want to say that, of course, we wish this problem didn't exist, that no woman, past and present, ever had to fight to be seen. But they did, and they still do. So we choose to stand beside them, to bring back the voices that history erased, and to amplify the voices that the world ignores today. She is always here, and now, finally, the world will hear her voice. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Your presentation was amazing, and even the theme of the project. Unfortunately, it's actual even in our days, and thank you for giving voice back to these women. Like, I really do appreciate that. And meanwhile, our jury is preparing their questions. I want to tell even like one of examples that I'm doing in art world is telling about female artists. Let's question number one when people are telling like they don't know anyone, like they don't know any female artists. I was like, oh, that's why. There's so many reasons why. So thank you for doing this. We have first question from Antonina. Go for it.
Yeah, thank you so much for the great presentation, a really important topic. And I actually have a kind of practical question regarding like, so how's your content plan looking like, or plan of who you planning to talk about in terms of like simply on your Instagram or TikTok pages? Do you have like for 1 month or 3 months, and who those women gonna be? Are they gonna be scientists or musicians or artists like Diana said? And where would they be from? Are they would be from Ukraine, from Europe, from which century, which generation? Like just wanted to understand how would you want your audience to align with those people? Were they some scientists who discovered something in 16th century, or more recent ones, women who they maybe easier can align with?
Thank you for the question. I can take this one. Actually, we have like different topics. Each girl have something she's writing about. For example, I post reel about popular singers. Others can post about popular economists and so on. So we have like these topics. The next one, the whole idea of this project, she's always here, is to amplify not only voices of today women who exist today, but in the past also. So we combine it in our content plan, and we do post content about women in the past as well as women today. So yes, and I guess like our whole mission is to just say how big the impact was and why it's important to tell people about her.
Thank you so much. Nadia, I can see that you also have a question.
Yeah, amazing topic, girls. Amazing topic. I'm so surprised that actually we keep talking about the visibility of women even today. So, but amazing topic. A little bit similar to what Antonina actually asked. I had this question about how you're picking your next heroes. And also because I have seen you've been talking about Madeleine Albright or Jacinda Ardern, you know, those who've been with us not so long ago or still with us, inspire us. But how do you track what is interesting to your audience? I mean, do you track somehow? Because what is more interesting? Maybe someone is interested in fashion, somebody is interested in CEO of Google, somebody is interested in Maria Curie. So how do you track that with your audience to make it as relevant as possible for your audience? That's one question. And the second half questions to that: do you see more inspiration also coming from women of your general, who you are inspired by, not only those who make the big shuffle in society or make a huge change to the world or to Europe or to industries, but those who you are inspired, about whom you are reading or your peer group of girls are reading? How do you track that?
I can take this one if if it's okay. So about the first question, how we decided which topic is the most interesting for our audience. Actually, we did a feedback form. You can see it in our Instagram page, and there are some questions about which topic you like more, and people answer it. And due to this statistic, we post and do like our future content plan and make posts. And as for our inspiration now, I can say that firstly it was Madalena Costa. It was like our first huge collaboration, and she's inspiring not because she's now doing something extremely big, but because she's fighting for it. She's not stopping, and her story really inspired us. That's why we think that people should know about her, and her story like give us a breeze of fresh air, and we understand after this huge collaboration that we're doing something big, and we need to we don't even have a chance to stop. We need to do and do it and finally bring your sport to the Olympics.
Yeah, I would also like to add to this. So our project is about showing that women did great things throughout the time. So one part is obviously the past, because in the past, women's achievements were hidden even more than now, and we show them that they did exist. And then through collaborations and interviews that we did one of them, and we are planning to do more, we show that they exist now, to just show to young girls that there are women like them doing great things and leading and driving change. So they believe in themselves.
Thank you, Anastasia. That's really important. And I can see Katerina has a question as well.
Yes, thank you, girls. Great project, very interesting topic, and I personally love to talk about the inspiring women leaders from the past, because I think that's something we have to learn, because there were really struggle more than we struggle today. So my question is more about, again, some management things, because I saw that you have a very bold and ambition plan for the future, which is great. But the question is you conduct some kind of the market research, and do you know who is your competition? And did you define what is the unique what are the unique thing can be in your project in comparison to the others? Because I think there is some competitors who are doing very similar things, popularize the pages or the communities who are trying to popularize the women from the past and from the nowadays. So the question is about the competitors.
I can take this question. So what's unique about our project is that most similar initiatives like our project, they aim to improve, to empower girls by giving them skills and the opportunity to push themselves to achieve more skills. But our project does it by shifting the narrative, because not only there's a lack of skills due to the lack of opportunities, but also like this subconscious thoughts of I'm not capable of achieving and being a leader, because it's just unconvincing, because maybe some women leaders are not that seen compared to others. And although there are projects that improve skills, our project shifts narratives. And also, we did complete a lot of research, and it's a lot of things that there were case studies on schools and classes where they shown they did assemblies about remarkable women, and other classes they didn't, and it shows that girls thought about the futures more positively and motivated. So that was our research.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing it. And last question to this team from Natalia.
Thank you, girls, for this very, very important topic. And I want to recommend you something. You talked about collaboration and synergy, and I believe in this. and there exists a She Congress in Ukraine and in the world, and you could do some research and collaborate with this She Congress because you have this name She on your things. And also my question is, let's dream that your project achieved its maximum potential. And what would be the single biggest result which you want to achieve? What KPI could be achieved in the future by your project?
I can take this one. Oh,
yes.
Okay, maybe I can start. Yeah, and then okay. I think that the final point of our project will be when there will be no difference between men and women. I mean, in a professional field, about awareness of their impact. There won't be even a question like, oh, that really did a woman? Like, woman did it? I thought it was man. There would be no such thing in the future. And also, more and more young girls will believe in themselves, will do something extremely big, and not even big for some scientific research, but big for themselves. They will believe in themselves and not be afraid to go for their mission, to speak up, and yeah, they will finally get power in their voices.
And I would like to add that I think the highest point of our project will include having a podcast with series of interviews, because that was a big part of our project idea. And we will do a podcast where we do like regular interviews with women leaders and inspiring women achievers and leaders, with a lot of followers and views. And another part of our project idea was actually having a website with digital archive of women's stories. So we did start our website already, and there are all of our stories from Instagram shared there as well. But we would like to add like a little library of stories, why they were forgotten histories, and how they overcome challenges.
Thank you so much for your answers. Again, applauses to team number 3. You did amazing. And before we continue, I want you to hear some inspiring words from Nadia Belarus. She also prepared some presentation and want to.
Have presented their beautiful, beautiful ideas. And to be honest, that's both, the honor, the privilege, but a big responsibility. So let me share, a few words from me. Bear with me. Just 1 second. I hope you can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet. Give me a moment. Mm-hmm. Okay. Should be there now. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, good. So I will quickly capture just a few thoughts. And actually, those thoughts are actually, aligned with everything that we've been talking through this morning and with everything that both jurists and organizers and the girls have talked through. So let me share why do I think that sharing experience and sharing the knowledge is also the important piece of the leadership that we are all talking about. So why is it important to me? I've been working in international companies. At the moment, I work in the Lego Group, as I am a lawyer. I'm an international lawyer, and I've been in international legal jobs for about 20 plus years. I currently work with the Lego Group based in Prague in their regional office, responsible for 103 markets across Central Eastern Europe, Middle East, and Africa, dealing with compliance, risk management, risk assessment, and legal matters. Before that, I worked in tobacco company in Ukraine, being responsible for 17 markets out of Ukraine, being responsible also for government affairs and external affairs and security. But more than that, I've done a few studies in London School of Economics in SAD. At the moment, I'm in business program of IMD. And by the way, I'm part of the business project, and by doing that business project, I'm talking to other companies. We're talking to 15 other companies, trying to see how other companies are doing what we at the Lego Group are doing. So we always benchmark also our knowledge comparing to what is their interest in the role that we could be missing out without asking the questions. But apart from that, I've also participated in a number of programs, and I've been on a few scholarships and fellowships with the German Marshall Fund or Aspen or Santander program for senior women leaders in London School of Economics. And it all started with Flex, and I know some of you know what that program is about. That program started in 1994 when Ukraine just received its independence, and it was one of the first programs where Ukrainian students could go to the United States for a year of study and then return back home. So I was one of the first of those students. When I was 16, I left home and went to the United States to study, and a year back I returned back and went to study international law. Good. So why are we talking about leadership? And actually, I will talk very briefly why that is also important, because first, in all of your presentations, you were proving the fact that leadership is taken, not given. And that is something that we are not tasked to be leaders. We are not, appointed to be leaders. Leadership is not coming with a post, with a position, or with a nice title on your business card. Leadership is actually what we think leadership is. This is here and today. This is within your peer group. This is within your friends group. This is within our, sphere of influence, whoever and whatever that sphere of influence is. A big multinational company, a small group of people that, that you're influencing your thoughts and sharing your thoughts with, or yourself, by the way. Self-leadership is very important. But I think in today's world, the world of constant change, one of the great skills that we strive as leaders is actually being adaptable and being able to adapt to the change, embrace the change, and champion the change. And that is very difficult to do. That is, I think, we sometimes underestimate how tough it could be to move on from one target to another, to move from one change to another. But that is something that we are learning via experience, talking to other smart people around us, putting ourselves in the other circles of influence, but also spreading, the what we know in exchange for gaining new knowledge. Why is that is important? I always follow the World Economic Forum in Davos for a number of years. I was representing the Ukrainian business in Davos. Now I'm representing international business in Davos. And they keep talking about these skills for leadership and what does it mean and why it's important. And they were talking about the global perspective, collaboration, communication, commitment to social justice, and long-term planning as the skills important for the leadership. But guess what? These are the same skills that are important in times of crisis. And today, I think, Ukraine is rewriting the global history, the global architecture of geopolitics. And we also, we are many millions of Ukrainians, and each of us has the life scenario that could be a Netflix series scenarios tomorrow. And I always say to my foreign colleagues when I have an ability to talk that, each of our days is actually adding up to that scenario of life that none of the directors or editors could come with the ideas. Today, it's our life on how we thrive, develop, learn, and move on. So growth as a principle is my personal inspiration, and I would like to share why that learning keeps me inspiring. And by the way, part of the learning is why I'm here with you today, because this is the flow of the energy between your ideas that fuel me in, and my sharing what I have been learning through that will fuel you for the future ideas maybe. So my personal inspiration is always to grow, which means that I am building up the knowledge, but the knowledge is useless when you only build this up, brick by brick, and you do not share it. So actually having the knowledge and then ability to spray it with passion drives this energy and stimulation of mind and thought-provoking exercise that given and enriching one of another. That is why I'm constantly asked questions. I'm building this international career. I've lived in 8 countries. I live in my 8th country now. 5 of them I lived over the last 3.5 years. And why by working, I have a family, I have 2 kids, and why by working and having a family, you still need to go for study? What is it that you don't know kind of yet? Well, there are a lot of people, a lot of people that give me that inspiration why I need to move on. And there are lots of things that the more I know, the more I understand that I don't know. And I think that is a very inspiring thing to me to try and apply. And I apply just, as I know you will be applying to our participants will be applying to the universities or to colleges or wherever you will decide to go. You will write your personal statements. And I'm applying to the scholarships and fellowship programs, and I'm putting my personal statement and my study proposals and my project proposals, because I know that by putting myself in some new zone, I don't like the wording of the, out of the comfort zone, because I think that all of Ukrainians today are out of their comfort zone, so it's not relevant to us. But putting ourselves in the new zones of study, new zones of research and learning is something that I'm looking for. That's one. And the second is people. It's always about people. It's always about enlarging the network. And it's always about testing your potential, because if I don't try, I don't know what I'm capable of. So that is that is what's driving me. That's also part of the fuel that I used to charge myself with. We're all being charged by different things. We do meditation or running or reading or rowing. For me, it's a study. For me now, that is something that I love to do. And I love to be felt as a student. In the same time, I speak a lot in different types of gatherings and forums, but feeling as a student an ability to learn from those who've been, in different parts of the world dealing with different types and issues. I find it admiring, and I find it very inspiring. And I wanted to share with you, I'll share the presentation, and I'm sure that could be then forwarded to you all. But I have this one of the most inspiring speeches to me, and I know lots of famous people have done the address to the universities, at the graduations, what the young people graduating from universities should do. Lots of people have done it, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, etc. But I found the best working for me is the speech done by the Australian comedian. His name is Tim Minchin, and you will find him in the YouTube, and he says about 9 life lessons. And there are lots of things in that for me. But one thing I want to, specifically mention is you don't necessarily have to have a huge dream, which seems so far away and so unachievable, but it's okay to have micro dreams, because by pursuing micro dreams, something big could be just at the blink of your eye. So he's not saying don't pursue a big dream, but he says it's okay to have both, to be able to dream of something big, but to actually focus on micro dreams here and now that could lead us to this bigger self. And one of the things I want to actually finalize, because I think I'm almost out of time, is inspiration. I loved two things. I think expression is the safest way to fight depression. That is, to me, something I learned recently as a workable solution. But also personalia. The lady in the pink jacket, her name is Lina Nair. And a quick, I don't know if you know who she is, but she is today CEO of Chanel. She's an immigrant from India. She was born in India in a very, very poor family long time ago. Her family moved to the UK. And in the UK, she started working for the company called Unilever. You might know it. It's a famous FMCG brand. FMCG, big, huge company. They are doing stuff like Rexona. They have these ice creams, Magnum, Ben & Jerry, etc. They have a lot of world brands. So she always has worked in that company, and she always has worked as HR person. I was on one of the programs and I met her, and she's a very bright HR person to me. So she was always dealing with people. She was always dealing with personal development, etc. So she's been only in HR and only in Unilever. And then suddenly, a few years back, she was appointed as CEO of Chanel, the most, famous luxury brand, without having a single day working in luxury industry, without single day in working in marketing or sales or finance, which should be the natural way of progressing for CEO. And now she's considered of being one of the most successful CEOs within the luxury business. That to me is a great example on how the dream, if you dream, can come true. But also I've been on her speech in Davos last year, and she was talking that, that change would never be possible without the mentor that she had. And the mentor that she had, it's another smiley woman on my right, and her name is Indra Nui, and she is the ex-CEO of PepsiCo. She's another Indian woman. She's retired now. She was CEO of PepsiCo, and she was Lina's sponsor, mentor, and she was the one who actually made Lina believe in her dreams. So I found that story very inspiring to me. I'm always looking to inspiring, stories. And my personal, dream is to have more of those stories with more Ukrainian women facing out, with us being their famous in the world, being taken. We have a mission to have more Ukrainian talent. They're out both in private companies, entrepreneurship, projects, developments, but also heading up big international companies, because I think that our ways of thinking and our growth, agenda is something that we can offer. And I'll leave you with the book that is also written by a woman. That's also something I'm trying to find, the women-inspired books, which is Dare to Lead. And I'll just end with everything, the girls, you were talking about the light and the light that there is in every person. And I could not agree more, because I always keep saying that the candle has never stopped its light by sharing its light with another candle. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nadia, for such inspirational talk. I do believe even with amazing females that you've mentioned, you should have mentioned your name as well. And I do believe with the girls who we're seeing today who will present their projects, they'll mark the history. So I would tell that this finals is historical moment for this. And thank you again for doing this talk. I do want to believe before we continue going to another projects, I just want to remind you about our amazing gifts, what girls are fighting for. So for the first prize, the team could actually, who are like scoring the most, they will actually receive the grant for the further implementation. So it's getting even more real. For the first, second, and third place, teams will also get a chance to go to career-oriented retreat in Cyprus, and you can see how it can impact their future projects and projects that are currently they're having in the future. For the fourth, fifth, and sixth place, each participant will receive a certificate for English language courses, so they can be even more advanced. And please, like listeners in the YouTube, write your questions, be more active. I do believe that you're supporting everyone, like your favorite team as well. And for teams, I just want to remind you, you will have 20 minutes for presentation and QA. So I'm giving microphone to team number.
So, hello. Today we will introduce you to our project Fiore Unity. From Fiore, Italian for flower, because we bloom together. I can tell that a lot of you have ever, at least once in life, felt the desire to speak up in class, take the lead of a project, or become more productive, but didn't do that then. That's what psychologists call the intention-behavior gap, the space between what we want to do and what we actually do. We conducted a social survey of 155 respondents. Results showed that 70% of teenage girls often feel anxious, overwhelmed, or stressed. 45 do not feel confident expressing their opinions in school or social groups, and 55 do not have role models they look up to. Imagine how many incredible talents remain hidden and how many world-changing ideas never came to life because of fear and lack of support. Respondents also shared they want to learn more about public speaking, leadership, confidence, self-expression, and well-being. These findings confirm that today's teenagers are actively seeking support and inspiration. And that's why we created Fiora Unity. Fiora Unity is a safe and inspiring space where teenage girls can grow together through sharing stories, learning from each other, and developing the skills to finally take bold action towards their desires. We chose this topic because many teenagers today, including us, often struggle with confidence, self-expression, and understanding their emotions. There's also a lack of simple, accessible tools that help us grow and build a better future. Our project offers all these resources in one place. We are a supportive community that encourages every girl to bloom and be reminded of her potential every day.
This project would not be possible without our international team of young leaders. There are 7 of us, from copywriters and designers to communications and logistics. From the very beginning, we invested our energy into this project, brainstorming, refining ideas, and consistently contributing to its growth all together. Our target audience is teenage girls aged 13-18, especially who struggle with lack of motivation and self-confidence. Our solution is an Instagram page that shares daily tips, motivational phrases, and reminders, enriching followers with practical knowledge on important topics. Our formula also includes regular online events with inspiring speakers from different backgrounds, people who built projects and made a difference in their communities. Our third component is our future plans, which we will share with you later. Let's take a closer look at component number 1, our Instagram page. We post regularly on themes of growth and self-awareness. Daily stories share motivation, practical tips, and small activities. All content is structured in highlights, easy to access anytime. We work every time, every day to keep it meaningful and impactful. Component number 2, online events, and we've already held the first one, called Everything is Possible. We talked about how to turn rejection into biggest growth moment, how to understand what you truly want and set your goals, and how to boost your confidence. The atmosphere was very uplifting. 40 registrations, 20 of whom attended the lecture. Everyone rated it 5 out of 5, sharing their thoughts and impressions that it was very rich in useful tips and very motivating. At the end, there was a quiz with the winner. Even though we are still in the beginning of our journey, we have so much we are proud of. Since launching the account on October 7th, we have reached 80 followers, 19,000 profile views, posted 20 plus posts, and 100 plus stories. We held our first online event, the incredible results of which we named before, and it was promoted by 3 Telegram channels with 1,500 5,000 and 10,000 followers. Several accounts with 200,000 plus followers noticed our project. We conducted the second survey to analyze how our project affects our audience. Results showed that thanks to Fiora Unity, approximately 33% of people now have increased confidence, are better able to cope with stress, and now have female role models. Also, 100% of respondents said that they would stay with us and attend our future events.
Even though our results are strong, we recognize we still have room to grow. That's why we created a SWOT analysis. We analyzed our strengths, which are promoting youth well-being, confidence and self-expression, building belonging and mutual support, developing communication, critical thinking and leadership. Our peer-led format makes all of this relatable. However, we do have our weaknesses, possibly limited finances and organization, lack of expert guidance, low visibility as a new project, plus volunteer-based work may affect consistency. At the same time, we have our opportunities, collaborate with schools and NGOs, host events, grow via social media, access youth program funding, expand to mentorship, courses or conferences. Finally, threats, which are risk of misinformation or emotional harm, loss of participant interest, competition from similar initiatives. We understand that we are not completely unique in helping young people. We have our competitors, but as you can see on the table, we have advantages like providing regular lectures, practical daily tips in a convenient format, and ongoing digital interactions through website and offline events. We are accessible, short-term, and with focus on multiple areas. We also have our risks and already predicted solutions for them. If the audience loses focus or finds the topic unexciting, we will add storytelling, visuals, or interactive activities to keep attention high. If we have troubles with time management, we will practice several times and plan flexible transition to stay within our time limit. And if the audience stays passive and avoids participating, we will ask through provoking questions, use polls, or invite brief reactions to spark conversation. We plan to work on Fiora Unity after the end of the FEM program. Our primary goal is to empower the 5,000 teenage girls worldwide who are members of our community or who participate in our events and courses. We strive to become a renowned community known for its effective and progressive support for young people. Remember our third close component which related to our plans for the future? So our plan for achieving our goals includes expanding to other social media platforms, hosting more online and offline events with inspiring speakers, developing our team and have collaborations, creating our website with recordings of our events and videos featuring our speaker stories, creating our courses and programs for young leaders. We have a time plan for our path to our goals. So, in the next year, 2026, we plan to continue growing our Instagram account and launch other accounts in TikTok and Telegram, conduct more online events and start holding offline events in local communities to increase the project's visibility internationally. Collaborate with organizations for partnership, create MVP website. In 2027, we will build small ambassador team and bigger volunteers team, evaluate the impact of past activities and develop new programs based on feedback. Launch our educational website or app on leadership or mental health resources. Invite well-known speakers to our events, conduct offline ones worldwide. And then, in 2028, we will build sustainable partnerships with NGOs and schools, establish the projects as recognized community, create structured courses or training programs, and organize large-scale conferences or retreats. Our project requires some funding.
So after the program ends, we will be applying for grants, programs, and sponsors. However, at this stage of the project development, we don't need significant funding to continue. On the screen, you can see the amount we need and the exact project requirements for 6 months. If we win, we will use these funds to host events and all necessary materials, as well as for promotion and marketing. Some partners may contribute through collaboration for experience or barter, which allows our funding to remain flexible. And beyond financial support, we truly value advocacy. If you believe in our vision, we would be honored to have you as a speaker, a recommender, or as simply as someone who follows and shares our project on Instagram. We would really appreciate your involvement. So, thank you so much for your attention. Your support helps us grow, and we would love to have you among us. If you have any suggestions or would like to collaborate, please contact us on Instagram at fiora_unity or by email t.fioraunity@gmail.com. And remember, we bloom together.
Amazing presentation, girls, and I really like your quota. Thank you so much. Do we have questions from the speakers? I can see only applauses at the moment. Yes, you did amazing. So while our speakers, they're also like preparing. Oh, we have a question from Antonina. Go for it. You're muted. You're okay now.
Sorry.
No worries.
Sorry, some problem with my internet. Thank you so much. That's a great presentation and yeah, great initiative. Can I ask a bit more about that event that you mentioned you hosted? So that was how to go from rejection to the growth. So what was the, basically, maybe I missed that, who was the speaker or who created basically their agenda, what did you talk about, and so on, like really briefly, if you can walk me through. And also if you receive the first place, what would be the next big event or mid-size event, like similar to this one? What would be that topic based on, if you already have an idea about that, or maybe next few ones? What would that be? Thank you.
Yes, so for our first event, we had us as speakers, and we were talking about rejection from our personal experiences. We just basically shared our personal experience. And if talking about the event, we have some ideas. We might invite some speakers. I guess it will be more related to art therapy session or well-being, some lectures about well-being, and we have some speakers who we would invite, like our mentor could really help us, or other people we know from other projects and from our experience.
But what would you be talking about? Do you know the idea? Like, what would it be? Because that previous idea, in my opinion, was great idea, really empowering, and at any age, not only teenage age, we always need a reminder of that. But what would be the next one?
Yeah, I can answer that. So our first event was about our personal experience, and we shared more how to get into some TED Ed Club or other projects, other programs, how to set your goals and be confident in yourself while doing this. The plan for the next events, we can invite our friends or acquaintances who have such experience as well in some programs, in applying for them, giving some tips, how to set your goals, how to be confident, and eventually how to take bold actions towards their desires. So topics can vary, and it's basically more about self-expression, confidence, well-being, and of course, sharing stories about experience and role models. And we can invite various speakers for that, who has experience in some programs, or our mentor, or someone from FEM program. We could also collaborate, of course. Yeah, so the range is huge.
I already see a lot of partnerships opportunities with team number one, for example. And here you'll also see amazing FEM jury who you can all invite, and I do believe it will be helpful. If we don't have any more questions, let's continue to go to the team number 5. One more applauses for girls. Amazing presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, it's coming. Now we can see it.
Perfect.
Good morning to everyone. I'm so excited to be here, honestly. My name is Veronica, and it's such an honor of presenting my group today called Girl Empower. But first, I wanted to start, what is Girl Empower? Well, imagine a world where every single girl doesn't just dream about her future, but she actually builds it. Well, she doesn't wait for her parents or boyfriend to give her money, but instead she knows how to earn it, save it, and manage it and invest it confidently. The reality is, most of us want to learn about finance and entrepreneurship, but we simply don't know where to start. So that is the reason that worries us, because schools doesn't provide any clear guidance on what to do. It doesn't teach us anything like that. There are no accessible role models who tell us everything at our level. So we had to do a research and understand how important this problem was to all the other girls from all around the world. And now Katerina will tell you more about it.
Yeah, thank you, Veronica. So our main researcher, Maria, decided to conduct a survey in which more than 80 girls from all around Europe decided to participate. And now we are ready to share the results. Just look at that. 50% of girls answered us that they want to start their own business. More than 60% of girls told us that they want to know more about finance. But here's the thing. 40 girls told us that they don't study financial literacy at school. And it is a huge problem. And it was how we realized that it doesn't only concern us, it is something that we need to deal with. And it is how it all started. And now Veronica will tell you about our solution.
Thank you so much. So now I just want to say real quick, many people would say, oh, girls only talk about fashion, self-confidence, looking beautiful, makeup. Well, that's great, because we understand that sometimes fashion is part of their identity of who they are. In fact, some other girls from other groups are creating a great project about fashion. However, here's the thing. To dress nicely, to buy that dress or that makeup, you first need money. And this is exactly where Girl Empower begins. The main aim is to create a safe, educational, interactive, and engaging space for girls aged 13 to 20 years old to learn and who want to improve their knowledge of financial literacy, how to start earning now, and how to invest it and manage it confidently and safely. And all of this, of course, is with the experience and with the help of experienced speakers and professionals, like investors, women businesswomen, or more things like that. For example, entrepreneurs, apprenticeships, and things like that. This is because we provide girls a real-life education and practical advice so they can start doing what they want to do and earn their financial foundation now. Because Girl Empower isn't just about being beautiful. It's about building the financial independence for yourself in the future to support your goals. Now let's see what Katerina has to show us.
Yes, thank you, Veronica. And now I'm gonna ready to show you our project story. So we have 3 steps. The first step was idea brainstorm and research. The second step was planning and role distribution. And the third step was creating and working. And now I'd like to tell you a little bit more detailed about each step. We started with idea brainstorm and research, and it took us around 2 weeks to decide on the topic of our project, because we didn't want to just create any project. We wanted to create something really impactful. So we conducted a survey to understand if this problem really matters for others, and as you saw the results, it does. The next step was planning and role distribution. We had a lot of discussions, a lot of meetings. We talked about what we want to do, what we want to learn from this project, what we expect from this project, and how it should look like. We also created a content plan for the next 3 months so that it would be clear what we want to post next and what we need to focus on right now. And also, our amazing Veronica and Xenia created a task tracking table so that everyone would understand what they need to do right now, and so that we could see if somebody didn't meet the deadline and if we needed to help them or no. So the third step was and is creating and working. We started sharing articles that we written on our Telegram channel. We started sharing videos with our international speakers like Brittany Diego and Yulia Fedorenko. We started sharing motivational quotes, pictures, and so on. But now I'd like to focus also on challenges that we met during this journey. The first challenge, and probably the most important, is that we were under time pressure. As I said, the first step took us 2 weeks, and we needed to work really fast, really collaboratively in order to meet our goals and to be here right now. Our solution was to create a content plan so that it would be clear what we need to post and how much time we have for that. The next problem was to find international speakers. But here is the rule. Do it even if you're scared, even if you're lost. And it is how we done it actually. Because first of all, we really didn't know how to start about that. So we used our network and social media platforms in order to find speakers. And when I say that we use our network, I mean that our first speaker is Brittany Diego, and we met her at one of the FEM events. And it was really helpful, I tell you. These events really, really gave us a lot. And the third problem that we faced was that we couldn't find a balance between our daily life and our project. Yeah, it was really difficult. We all have our studies, universities, schools, and so on. But with help of some tricks that we learned during FEM project, it got easier. We used time management skills, task distribution skills, and yeah, it was really useful, as I said. And the last challenge that was kind of like minor was that we were really confused at first and couldn't understand what we were supposed to do. But we could solve it really easily after several discussions and creating a task tracking table that really helped us a lot. So now I guess Veronica will tell you a little bit more about our current results.
Thank you. So now I suggest we look more deeply into our results that we have accomplished. So first, as of today, we have 100 plus subscribers on our Telegram channel. We've involved 2 speakers, including some recorded meetings that they shared with us, helping the girls to start doing what they like now and helping girls with their ideas and knowledge. We have also published multiple articles and posts and created a distinct plan for the next 3 months, and as well as that later on in the month. Now I want to talk about our speakers. One of our speakers that we had is amazing Brittany Diego. She's Forbes under 30, 30 under 30, and she's also a fashion designer, an amazing, successful woman entrepreneur, and she has shared financial literacy tips for teen girls, motivating them and giving them some practical information. The next speaker that we had is Yulia Fedorenko. She is a Ukrainian woman finance professional with 20 years of experience, a financial advisor at Wealth Gardens, and a business trainer in financial literacy. We're so grateful to have them, and it's been such a great collaboration that we're so grateful for. So our future plans include working with more international speakers, posting 2 more interactive videos and engaging videos each 3 weeks, and growing our audience by 100 subscribers more in the next month. We'll also publish weekly articles, and of course, we'll do some challenges to test girls' understanding so that they can apply their knowledge into these little tests and quizzes. And just before I want to start our team, before I introduce each of you, I just want to thank all of you for being here with me and accomplishing this idea into real action. It's been so great to have you with me, and I'm so thankful for each of you. I just can't, I can't pick the right words to tell you. So first we have Chief of Staff.
She's manager's right hand. She's the best at problem solving. Next, we have Maria. She's the head of research. She conducted a survey to understand how real and how important our problem was. And then she's also researched some articles that would shape our content. Next, we have Anastasia, our outreach and SMM. She's lifted our audience from ground to the sky, honestly. She's raised an awareness between everyone and girls around the world to find out about our project more. Then we have Uliana. She's our content designer. She is the one that makes magic happen around the house. What can I say? She makes our Telegram channel look professional, neat, and consistent. She makes our beautiful designs and created our gorgeous logo. Now it's time for Catherine. You've already seen her, actually. She's a researcher, second researcher, and a content writer. She double checks all the information and she writes articles and posts and by checking every single piece of information that she writes so that it would be easy for girls to read and understand. Oh, I think I saw this girl somewhere before. That's me. Hi again. I'm Veronica and I'm the project manager. As it says in there, I'm an idea generator and a speaker communicator with our professional speakers. And honestly, as a project manager, I've grown so much in communication, in leading, in confidence, and especially when my con was that I was scared to lead with empathy, I actually started embracing that. And it's all thanks to you guys, thanks to my team. And I've actually learned how to turn ideas into action and not being scared to go for it. So thank you so much for all of you. So now it's time to look at our conclusion. So yes, our passion for girl power is endless, and we truly believe in it. Our team will continue this project no matter of the results of this summit. Of course, we would love to win, but our commitment for this project goes far beyond this competition, and we're super grateful for you to give us the opportunity to be inspired and to have this motivation for us. So Girl Power was never just a school assignment for us, honestly. It's a mission that we believed in, and we know our aim, and we're going for it. The only thing that motivates us is because we know what the final result will look like, and we know that it will be great, and we want to improve and grow all together. So yes, fashion is beautiful, but true confidence only when you know that you can buy your own dress without not having to ask anyone else. So don't wait for someone to give you money. Just be consistent, earn it, grow it, invest it, and know how to deal with them. Because financial independence isn't just about money, it's about freedom, and freedom begins with us. Thank you so much. And I also wanted to say that everyone can join our Telegram channel because it's super useful. And for example, the meeting that we had with Yulia Fedorenko, she tells so many tips and so many practical information that she'll only share, for example, in paid public speaking sessions. And I suggest that even adults or even teenage girls like you will all benefit from it. And I'm super excited for all of you to join. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Veronica, Katerina, and all the team. Beautiful presentation. I love the project that you are working on. I do believe it's really important. And YouTube listeners, now you had amazing opportunity to join their Telegram channel before they became super expensive, before they became super famous and super expensive, because I do believe there's some great monetization model. You can also check Female Invest, for example, just because it became one of the biggest projects in the world. And I do believe your audience, I'm talking about teenager girls, will be amazing benefit for their program. And we have already a lot of questions from our jury. Katerina?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, amazing project. I think one of my favorite by so far, because that's true that to inspire and empower the girls, it's the important things, but also that's important to give them the real instrument. That's what we're trying to do in the FEM program as well. So girls, I fully support your idea, and Also, I really want to say you big thank you for the presentation, because that was such a great energy from you. So that's amazing. Like really, you see that the team have this synergy and brightness. So that was perfect. My question is very simple, because you show us a little bit about your future plans, and as I understand, that's mostly about to expand to the other social media networks, and to gain more followers and to invite more speakers. But did you think, girls, about some other products which you can, in the later stage, propose to your followers? Maybe some kind of more of learning or something like this.
Do you mind if I take that question, guys? Yeah, cool. Well, one of the ideas that we had is either launch a podcast or like a little book, because we have some friends that we know that would help us, like book writers and artists who would help us to launch those books with all the information. And basically, just because our project but mostly consists on professional speakers sharing the important and engaging information, they can help us to make another, for example, project, as well as you said, as well as launching it on the other social medias like Instagram, TikTok, or even making a website. Or as well as that, we can collaborate, we can agree to collaborate with the speakers completely every time, and which we can make from those speakers and those sessions, make a webinar, for example, that the girls can look, listen, and then quiz themselves. Quite similar to Telegram channel, but it'll be more like practical work.
Thank you so much for your answer. Natalia has a question to you girls as well.
Thank you, girls. And you were able to capture the attention of audience by your enthusiastic presentation, bright action and presentation. And I want to ask, financial literacy, it's so popular right now. There are a lot of different online courses and platforms with financial literacy for schoolers. And what is your main competitive adventure and main difference from these courses? And after your answer, we'll have one more proposal.
Yeah, thank you for the question, and I guess I will answer it because I'm one of the researcher and I'm also a content writer. Well, of course, we are aware that there are a lot of projects about financial literacy, and I also saw a lot of them while I was researching for our content. But I guess the first difference from this project is that we paused for teenagers. Our main audience is not people who are like 20 years old or even more, who already have a job or something like that. No, we are concentrated on teenage girls who doesn't have any job, who don't know where to start, how to start, who are probably lost about their money and who want to start their journey. And it is our main focus now. And of course, I accessed some financial courses while I was doing my research in order to gain some information, because even though I'm studying economics at German university, I wouldn't say that I'm a professional still. So yeah, I needed some help. But all the information that we got, I tried to explain it really simply, really easily, so that every girl from 12 years old till 19 could understand it. So I guess it's our main difference, main focus, and yeah.
Thank you for your answer, and I want to propose you a collaboration. I'm a founder of GEOS, Global Innovative Online School, and we have courses for teenagers about financial literacy, and I invite you to have a synergy with this.
We would love to, honestly. And just I just wanted to add real quick, that also why our project is more unique, as Katerina said, of course, thank you so much, that we explain it more at a teen level so the girls can understand, because other programs are like high, heavy based, like more grown-up level of understanding, which is hard to understand. But also we include some more books. For example, I have one right here, which is super easy to read, and ooh, you can't see it. Anyways, it's called Always Free by Jason Greystone. It's super useful. And we even we take out some quotes or some information that the girls can read then in the Telegram channel, so that they don't have to read the whole book to understand the key points. And I feel like it's also one of the things that we are more the way good at.
Okay, good luck.
That's the beauty of collaboration. So we can see it's happening even now. And thank you for the hint, Veronica. Even I put it in my notes just because I never heard about this book. So you see, maybe you're targeting everyone. Antonina, one more question from you to the team, I can see.
Yeah, thank you so much for the presentation and really, really great idea. So I have a niece. She's 12 years old. She's super active, same as you all here, really bright. She's like a president of something school and really, really active. And but what would you like? I would like to tell her, for example, about this program, of course. And if I can ask you, what 3 tips, but very simple, very short and concise, can you tell me now so I remember them, so I move and tell to her? She's a teenage girl, lives in the US for over 10 years. What would you say?
Okay, hi. I will answer this question. So sure, our topic is really important, and no matter how old are you, and like that doesn't depend on age. And about your niece, it's like really cool that she's so active, and I would recommend personally that firstly, sure, it's to use money kindly, smartly. Is like firstly save money and know how to do that. Secondly is to have a clear vision there you want to spend them. And third fact, it's probably to invest them, not only to buy something, but always to invest them into something what will give you more money.
But she
Thank you
probably
very
doesn't
much.
have a bank account even to invest. I don't know if she has bank account. When can you allow to have bank account to invest? I don't think she can.
I think, sorry for interrupting all of you. That was
Sorry.
such a great question. I had a bank account since I was 11, and
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with having it, and especially if it's parents controlled. It's super easy to use. There's no risks. What you can use is do a saving account, and after that you can invest in the same biz bank account app. But also what you can use is do a 20% saving rule. It's basically if she has like some birthday present money or some Christmas caroling money, she can save 20% of them and then save them for her dream or goal.
Perfect. I will share that all tips. Thank you so much.
I would like to add something. Hello, everyone. I'm the main researcher. I would just some advice to your niece and what she can receive from our Telegram channel. Firstly, we can she understood some practical skills. For example, how to create, for example, a financial plan. That it's very useful if she would like to do the business in the future. That business is consisted from 3 other plan: marketing, operating, and finances plan. Other, she understands the analysis, how to method, how to analyze risk for her future. For example, SWOT analysis, he is not only to the business, like because it's strange weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It also using in the real life. I'm the person who is really using to do some difficult decision to understand if it helped me or not. It have more opportunities or more weaknesses, threats in the future. other investment, we not say that she will be investment in every, or she, like, we provide information that what is stable and unstable investment, in what tips it divide in stocks and blocks, that for example, and what is opportunity cost that we pay our for example, opportunity cost, I will just say a few words. For example, right now, we all pay our time to listen this meeting and listen this project, that, but we use it our time productive. Okay, that's the end what I can say. If anyone would want to add, please.
Thank you so much. And I love the team collaboration on the answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Antonina, for the question. And girls, I'm really fascinated with everything that you're telling me. Like, it's even actual to me and to our experience. And I can see that we have one more question from Mariana.
I would say, wow. And I'm impressed because, you know, what you talk about actually is what, as entrepreneur and as a businesswoman, I'm looking at in the age of 46 and not the age that you're having, ladies. So well done. I will say that a lot of teenage boys will get jealous on this. I'm a teenager boy mom, so I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this. Well done, you did amazing job, and I think if you work correctly and with our support, please do reach out if you need any assistance or any help. It's going to grow out to an international project, and well done. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
I just wanted to ask real quick, sorry, if we wanted to reach out, where can we reach out to you and how?
I think, Diana, I think somehow you're going to, I don't know, share contacts or our LinkedIn or our Telegram. I already follow you on Telegram, by the way. So yeah, I already joined your channel, and I think Diana will give you the information that you need about us.
Yes, of course. We will send you all information about our speakers, so you'll have their LinkedIn. And if you wish, we can also add some contact details, like personal details. So that will be a great addition as well. And one more round of applauses for you, because seriously, I was starting doing this journey only about 5 years ago, and I spent a lot of money for my personal financial controller accounts. So you're doing amazing, and I hope your project all the best. Now, let's move to team number 6. It's the last one. It's the last team out of all our final projects. So,
one second.
while the screen is downloading, I want to remind everyone to be active in our YouTube. As you can see, there's a lot of comments about support. Everyone is fascinated with projects that all of you were presented. Yes, and now we can see presentation.
1 second. Do you see this normally or not? Because I have internet today. Can you see that?
We can see presentation, but it's not on full
No.
screen, so you can just put it on presentation mode.
1 second. second, please. Do you hear me? I'll 1 sec. Just 1 second. Can you wait?
Okay, I think I was muted. You can write meanwhile we are waiting for a presentation. We will try to present it from different account. Please share in our YouTube in comment section what did you like the most. Maybe you have questions that you haven't asked before. Maybe you already got some insights because as you can see by your own eyes, even collaborations were happening right in front of you. And maybe you have another ideas. Okay, and we are trying to present presentation. Wait a second. And you know that all girls that were in this program, they are located all over Europe. And some of our team members are also located in Ukraine. And it's one more reminder for everyone that there is nothing more resilient in the world than Ukrainian ladies. Even in blackout session, even on the weekend, everyone is finding time, opportunity to show their best and to show results. So I really appreciate what girls are doing now. Meanwhile, what's going on in our YouTube? Everyone is supporting team number 6. So team number 6, don't worry, you'll be live soon. Oh, some of people like they want to see Ukrainian subscription, like subtitles. One more reminder for everyone to learn English language. And I do believe now you can see the screen for presentation. Perfect. Team number 6, are you ready to present? Your presentation is here.
Hi everyone, I'm so glad to be here while waiting for my partner Maria, who will tell all the speech that we have for you. I want to say that my team and I very appreciate this FEM Online program, and we are so glad that we have experienced this program because this actually very useful, I would say, experience for all of the girls, and I hope that in the future it will be something even more to the girls because the FEM program gives actually big opportunity to get to know a lot of different aspects in life. So yeah, I'm so grateful to be here and sorry for all of this technology thing because really bad internet because my partner don't have the electricity at home. So yeah, I think we can a few seconds wait for her. She'll be right now here.
Anna, thank you so much. And seriously, I can't stop telling like how fascinated and excited I am to see your resilience and what you're doing with your team. That again, 3 months is a lot when maybe it's even easier to start when you're like overstepping that fear, but doing something consistently for 3 months when there's blackouts, when there's a lot of happening in Ukraine, and you still find time and courage to continue this. So what we can see that your main theme is like green choice daily.
Yes, our project is about ecology and
spread awareness about climate change, ecology, and in general how people and teenagers can help ecology to get better, because we really have not good situation going on with our environment and earth that we all live in, and we decided to create this project to really help others to get to know more information about how can every person in the world help actually climate and our ecology to get better every day, even with small choices every day, with small actions. Like we in general explaining how to be useful and I mean improve ecology better without, I don't know, be a genius or make a global actions just to live your everyday life, but with conscious and sustainable choices.
Thank you. And while we are waiting for your teammates, I want to remind everyone that the best team with the highest project score, they will receive a grant for the further project implementation. So what you're seeing now live, it actually can get real, and get real with your support as well. So write comments, write questions. The final amount will depend on the project's theme, budget, and the scope. But I do believe that even with your support, you can tell and write us that it's very actual problem. You can join girls' Instagrams now, their Telegram channels that they already created, because it's not only project idea, they have been working on it for 3 months already. For first, second, and third place, the teams will also get a chance to join a career-oriented retreat in Cyprus. The camp will include company visits, professional workshops, and daily sessions with NGOs and experts. For fourth, fifth, and sixth places, each participant will receive a certificate for English language courses. And again, kind reminder for everyone that 3 individual participants with the highest total scores and who were most active in the educational part, they will receive special invitations to the Cyprus camp as well. So what I can see so what we have now at the moment, team number 6, they will present. It's our final project in our finals. After that, jury will decide. They will count points, and then we will go to awards part. So stay tuned. I can see that your colleague already joined it. Can you hear us now? Can you talk? So we can move on to the presentation part. Anna, you can also start, or you're still waiting for her. Just tell me what's the most comfortable for you.
Yeah, I think I will start with presentation while we waiting for Maria. So okay, so hi everyone. Again, I'm Anna, one of the founders of Green Chase Daily. And Green Chase Daily is a project where fashion meets responsibility, and it means that you still can look amazing and be sustainable. So let's start by get to know our team. So the first is me. As you can see, I am a content creator. I tend to bring fresh creativity and find fun ideas to my team and our project. Next one is Alice, is our research guru. She digs into facts, tips, and trends so our content is meaningful and reliable. Next one is Maria that we are waiting for. She is also a content creator, but she is moreover a copywriter. She loves turning ideas into posts that people actually enjoy. Next one is Sophia. She is our video editor. She makes sure our videos are energetic and engaging. And the last one is Katya. She is our designer. She gives everything a clean, fresh, stylish, and modern look. She makes sure that our posts and videos look very fresh and really like a modern, like a teenager's post, I guess. That is more common. Okay, so now I want to tell you why Green Choice Daily. Because fast fashion is literally very harmful for our planet. And just think about it. Enormous amounts of water are wasted, toxic production, pollution communities, and microplastic that end up in the oceans. Only 13% of clothes are recycled. Everything else goes landfills or nature. Imagine mountains of clothes sitting there for decades. That's the reality that we have now. And here is the problem. The problem is that most teenagers don't even know, and don't even realize the problem, and don't know how to deal with it. Schools almost never teach sustainable fashion. Teenagers buy clothes without realizing the impact of their choices. That's why we created Green Choice Daily. We want to show that sustainable fashion can be cool, fun, beautiful, and practical. You can look stylish and care about the planet at the same time. Through tips, guides, challenges, and even life hacks, we make eco-friendly choices acceptable and inspiring. What's important. We also conducted our own research that showed us that 70% of teenagers don't recycle their clothes, but most of them say that they would love to start and learn how to do this. So my partner Maria is here, as I can see, so I think she can continue my speech.
Yeah, hi everyone. Sorry for my problems because I couldn't think that something can be like that today. And I'm Maria, and I'm one of founders of Green Choice Daily. And now I want to start talking about the idea of our project because we decided to create Green Choice Daily because we always wanted to show that sustainable fashion can be cool, fun, and practicable. You can look stylish and care about the planet at the same time through tips, guides, challenges, and even life hacks. We make eco-friendly choices accessible and inspiring. We also conducted our own research, and the results were eye-opening. 70% of teenagers don't recycle their clothes, but most of them said they want to learn how. This shows that the interest is there. They just need guidance and motivation. To make that guidance fun, we created our own Instagram page. And even though one of Reels reached 633 views, comments, reactions, and engagement are growing every day. We have a small but active community of 40 followers who genuinely care of participate. This shows that teenagers want change. They just here are our plans for this year. Interview with Anna Kondrativa. She will share expert advice and insights on sustainability, practicable tips everyone can use. Online events with fashion speakers, including one man event focused on recycling trend fashion. These events will be fun, interactive, and full of practical takeaways. International collaboration. We are starting to join project with American partners. We will exchange ideas, develop initiatives, and inspire teenagers globally to take conscious fashion actions.
Sorry, Anna, you're muted if you were presenting. You're still.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, as a leaders, we learn two vital skills, patience and flexibility. You might ask why these two? So, this project is a teamwork, and teamwork takes energy. And when you work with people, different people, it might be hard to keep community going well and together. So throughout this project, we faced a lot of challenges, but the main was communication in our team. As a consequence of this problem, of problem communication, we can see that skills that we learn, patience and flexibility. And I tend to believe if you are not patient, then probably you won't get the right feedback and community that you might want. And flexibility is the second skill that we learned, and I think is essential for teamwork. And as I've experienced it, this is helped us so much in our teamwork, because I think flexibility is one of the reason why we are here presenting you, all of you, our well-going project. So when things unexpectedly went wrong in our team, teamwork and project weren't going so well as we expected. The skill that helped us move on is flexibility, as it said before. I realized how important it is to be flexible in every situation that might happen, because life is unexpected, and in any situation, any scenario, you have to have this skill, like flexibility. So yeah, I so appreciate that we learned these skills and that they helped us to grow in some way with our teamwork and project.
Okay, I would like to start talking about our Instagram page, because now everything is okay with my internet, and I would like to show the Instagram page if you don't mind. But in the end, Green Choice Daily is about more than clothes. It's about making small choices that can create big change. Fashion doesn't have to cut the earth, it can help save it. Thank you for listening. We hope to inspire more teenagers to make conscious, fun, and planet-friendly fashion choices. And now we have interesting game for all, but can I can I share my screen now, because everything is okay with my electricity now, if you don't mind? Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And now we have game for you. We have the Bus Sustainable Fashion Challenge. And now we're going to play the game This or That. Now you need to choose this or that. If you choose this, you need to click on the heart. But if you want to choose that, you need to click the like. Okay? Okay. Nude t-shirt or thrifted one? That's great. Okay. The next slide. Fast fashion or slow fashion? Mm-hmm. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fast fashion or slow fashion?
I think you can move to the next, because
Okay.
yeah.
Buy new jeans or repair your old ones? Wear once or style many times? And the next one, throw away or donate? Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you so much for your presentation, girls. You see, you showed by your own example, you weren't just talking about flexibility and adaptability in these times, but you actually showed it and showed resilience. So thank you so much. And I can see while our jury is preparing some questions to you, I wanted to ask you, what would be your advice to another girl who wants to start her own project? What would you personally tell her to do?
Okay, I would like to answer the question. I remember the time when I started my way and I said, oh my God, I'm afraid of doing it. What do I need to do for my way? And I always started to read a lot of books. But when you start something, you need to start. You only need to start. You need to start thinking about yourself, about your goals, about your dreams. Sometimes you can fall, you can cry, you can think, oh my God, I can do nothing for that world. Oh my God, I am no one. But sometimes you can stand and you can say, oh my God, I can do everything. Sometimes when you fall, it is your way. It is a part of your way when you fall. Because after falling, you can stand and you can go further. Because when you do something, you can have a lot of consequences for that. But you always need to stand. If you want something, you always achieve it with your ambitions and with your dreams. Because your dreams are important way in that world. Because after you're falling, you need to stand.
Thank you, Maria. You already gave an inspirational talk. Katerina, we have a question from you.
Yes, thank you, girls. Not kind of question, but more feedback, because I just want to say that I really appreciate, girls, what you are doing and your presentation, because I know that it was quite challenging with the teamwork in your group, a bit of inside information. And I really appreciate that you managed to finish the project and managed to show the results us today. That are great. And also would like to say that I'm happy that we have this ecological topic today among all the others, because that's very important. And it's great that the young leaders remember about this and making an insights for us on that topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your feedback, Katerina. And what I can say, everyone did amazing and fantastic work, everyone. Each of you showed how creativity can truly lead to change, even though we can see how each project were different, but I can see all that is in common. It's about how cool leaders you are already. So kudos to that. And while the jury takes a few moments to discuss the results, we have a special guest speaker for you. Please welcome our speaker, Sumi Yin, life and transition coach, who will share insights on women empowerment and
Hi, everybody. Well done for completing your task as FEM. And I'm so thrilled for you as you begin on your career path. My name is Sami. I'm a career coach, and I help young people go through to their first jobs, but also I help professionals transition in their careers as well. And I wanted to talk about my 5 top tips for you as you go and find your first jobs, or even as you think about what your career path is like. First of all, align your values to your jobs. So think about what's truly important to you. Even pick, 5 things that really, really resonate with you. These could be just quite simply an adjective that you think is important, like kindness, honesty, authenticity, or even something that you feel like is a cause that you feel is important. Find a job that really aligns to that, and that would help you to think about different paths that you could take in life. Secondly, align your jobs to your identities. So not just think about your career in silo, think of it as one part of your whole life. Think about who you are and who you want to be in the future, and think about how that could be helpful towards your career too. So for example, I've got roots from Asia, and I really wanted to bring some of that element to my work as well. So think about how that multicultural identity that you hold can help you in your work and also in your life as you progress to different options. And thirdly, be creative about your options. It's very tempting sometimes to think about your career as this one thing and this one role that you could dream of and want to achieve. But there are many ways to become a leader, and be creative on the different options that you could take, and don't limit yourself on one thing that you have to be. Think about your possible selves and the ways that you could test it as well. So if you thought of anything that really excites you, think about ways that you could really explore that option. See if it's viable financially, see if it's viable also from a personal capacity point of view, and where you could be growing as well. So one way to test this is to actually talk to people around you and see how your network could play a part in your career path as well. Fourthly, your path doesn't have to be a straight line. I think in the past, I've always thought about my career as one ladder, and there's just so many steps to climb up to the top to become a leader. You don't have to be at the top to be a leader. Your leadership could start right now. And also your path doesn't have to be a straight line. So there are many ways to navigate through your career. It doesn't matter if you change your career. Ultimately, your career needs to align to what you're passionate about, what pays you, and who you are, and how you see as what you see as being important as well. So really think about the sense of mission and what you want to achieve as a purpose in life. And then lastly, playing to your strengths. I think sometimes this is very undervalued as we think about what we could develop on, but strengths is also it could be developed. So thinking about your strengths, what you're really good at, and holding on to these, really playing to your strengths. And 80% of the time, if you play to your strengths, it's going to help you rather than focusing on your weaknesses as well. So thinking about your strengths differently and see them as an asset that you could build on as you think about your career path as well. So the 5 things are aligning to your values, aligning to your identities and thinking about who you are and who you want to be, being creative about the options, not thinking about your career as a straight line, and then playing to your strengths as well. Thank you. Really appreciated the opportunity to share this with you. Enjoy the day and hope to see you soon.
And now let's hear from those who stood behind every project, our amazing mentors. You can also see how they were supporting all of you girls in our YouTube comment section. And here's a short video filled with their best advice.
This year, I had the chance to work with an incredibly talented team of girls. And honestly, it was just as inspiring for me as it was educational for them. Their curiosity, resilience, and creativity reminds me how powerful young minds can be when they are given space to grow. What impressed me most was how quickly they developed. not only in their skills, but in their confidence. They weren't afraid to test ideas, admit mistakes, iterate, and try again. Their ability to take feedback, turn it into action, and support each other at the team was truly powerful to witness. Watching them evolve, experiment boldly, and learn so thoughtfully reminded me why I love working with future leaders.
I'm here today to share my experience mentoring a group of future leaders, some of them as young as 13. I must say that this experience was fascinating for me. I learned so much about the drive, the passion, the resilience. The girls brought a lot of thirst for knowledge and curiosity. It was evident from their background outside the FEM project, all the activities, hobbies and interests that they have, but also through the richness of discussion on the project, their homework, what they share with others. They are fascinated and passionate about such topics of today, such as neurodiversity, educational policies, challenges that women face in their career building, sustainable leadership, mental health. They're also very creative and innovative, which were coming through in their project work. They were very comfortable to share their challenges and experiences, their hopes and dreams, and receive the feedback, which I think is great for personal growth.
Being a part of this program and working with my incredible team of girls has been one of the most exciting and inspiring moments I've ever had. From the very first meeting, I saw not just potential, I saw leaders. Each of them brought something new to the team, like ideas, curiosity, boldness, compassion, and throughout these weeks, they didn't just grow, they actually fully stepped into their leadership. They weren't waiting for me to tell them what to do. They actually took initiative, supported one another, solved challenges creatively, and truly owned their project. I watched them speak up with confidence, navigate feedback with maturity, and make thoughtful decisions that shaped their work.
What was surprising the most for me is the fact that they barely use AI to do their job for them. As an AI native generation, I would expect them to use it heavily, but actually what my team told me is that using AI in their work tasks and study tasks is considered as cheating. So I learned something new as an adult professional who actually works with AI on my day-to-day basis. I think that FEM would change quite a lot in their life and their way of thinking about community, because they would know that they can always rely on people who have the same values and views of the world, but also they should be open to people who don't share the same views and try to collaborate and know that in the adult world, no one's going to share the same motivation, and you got to just work with that.
Proud to be a part of this initiative.
I'm proud to be a part of this program because it helps others to realize their potential and make the difference.
I'm truly grateful to be the part of the program that actually nurtures bold, thoughtful, and powerful young voices.
I'm proud to be a part of the program that helps young girls unlock their leadership potential and truly make a difference.
Thank you once again to our amazing mentors. I do believe that really they did amazing impact to each of the team. And meanwhile, while we're all here, I want you to remember how it was in previous camps, and also maybe to inspire you to be more active, just because the most active participants here will also be able to take part in the future.
So the FEM camp, it's a part of a big FEM program. Exactly what we want to do on the FEM camp. Our primary aim is to create safe and comfortable space for the girl where they can analyze themselves, where they can make their own assessment to define their strengths and define their weakness, which will help them in the future to work with it, to live with it, to looking for their own path in their lives.
From this camp I expect to learn new things and new experiences, also to make new friends and make memories.
I want to develop my leadership qualities.
Lost in sound, we are free.
Minutes before I talked to other girls from Cyprus and it was really inspiring for me, so maybe I feel like called, inspiring.
I expected to meet new girls from around the world.
The first day of the camp, I feel a little shy and confident. And now I feel confident, I feel like I can use this knowledge in my life.
Today I feel very motivated and grateful for this experience because I've gained a lot of knowledge even though I thought I wouldn't. I gained more than I expected.
Η παρουσία μου εδώ είχε στόχο να ενδυναμώσω τα νεαρά κορίτσια να βρουν το μονοπάτι της ζωής τους όσο το δυνατόν το νωρίτερο γίνεται και να ακολουθήσουν τα όνειρά τους λέγοντάς τους ουσιαστικά ότι ποτέ δεν θα είναι εύκολος ο δρόμος και ποτέ οι συνθήκες ιδανικές, όμως πρέπει να έχουν πίστη στον εαυτό τους, στα όνειρά τους, να παλεύουν και να μην παρετούνται όπως έκανα και εγώ στη ζωή μου.
I feel inspired and full of positive energy after the camp.
And also a great opportunity to talk more with Cyprus girls and to know them better.
I came to this camp expecting to learn new skills, meet new people, and have fun.
Destiny, lost in sound, we are free.
Surprised me how much things we did, like in general, and the whole experience, how much things we learned.
This camp gave me hope and I understood that actually if I will be confident enough, I can talk to people and communicate and actually move in life where I want to, not when everyone wants me to go.
Heartbeat, destiny, lost in sound, we are free.
I see things from a different perspective now.
My confidence level higher and it changed my point of view and how I view things in my mindset. It really surprised me that we learned how to be a good and a right leader.
I really wanted to improve my leader skills because since last year I'm trying to become a leader in any group and also to make my own project, so it's really important for me.
Created lots of friendships here that I hope will
stay through the time.
So you can see happy faces should be the best motivation for you to try to win and participate. It can be also amazing inspiration for everyone who is listening to us. I will tell you this code word to give you an extra point later. And what I also wanted to introduce you to our amazing ambassador. Jay, she's ambassador of FEM Online Program. She's professional dancer, winner of Arab's Got Talent and America's Got Talent, finalist of Britain's Got Talent. She has been supporting and mentoring our participants through the whole journey. And I want you all to meet her.
People told me I couldn't be a dancer and a lawyer. Guess what? I didn't listen. Growing up, I fell in love with dance, but I also dreamed of becoming a lawyer. People told me I had to choose, but I didn't. I chose both. Female leadership means trusting your inner voice and speaking your truth with confidence. It's about knowing what inspires you, what drives you, and following it without apology. I know how it feels to fight to be heard, but true strength is being yourself, growing, and never giving up. FEM is a space where your voice becomes louder, where you learn the soft skills that matter, and where you're surrounded by a powerful community. To lead is to choose, to act, to become your best self. FEM. Join the FEM Online Program.
Thank you for our amazing ambassador. As you can see, FEM Online brought not only the best ambassadors, mentors, lectors, but also, of course, participants, but also amazing speakers. And I do believe that each speaker that you even heard today, juries they're still deciding and counting the points. But I really loved how everyone were talking about how flexibility and adaptability is important in our times. You can see how in 1 minute you can be in blackout, there will be no electricity. You always need to be creative. Even though the main theme that everyone had, it's sustainability, you can see how each team were working on different projects with different approaches. So if you have an idea and you think that it won't fit the program, still, please apply to the program. In YouTube, you can see all links to application form. You can also use the word inspire. This is secret words that will give you an extra point and will also highlight application among other applications, because this time we received around 500 of them. There is so many more amazing teenagers that need support, that need more skills to be better leaders. I also believe that each of us gave already an inspiration how to look at situation differently. They also gave you an inspiration not only to be, let's say, financial literate, or how to go to your wardrobe now and throw it away, but now not throw it away, give it to charity. So you see, I do believe that everything is hidden in small little details. So don't be shy. I do believe that you can also make an impact to this program. Please apply, subscribe to our social media. You will see our in our YouTube, you will see Instagram links. So do join us so you can be updated and learn more news. What I also wanted to say that, I wanted to say thank you to girls for their creativity, courage, and leadership. I can see how they already improved within these 3 months within this program, but I can only imagine what they're gonna do in the future. So now we are seeing history, how history is making in front of our eyes. They're really that ladies who will change the future. So see that in our YouTube, there is so comments. We really have a project. And from what I can see, okay, and from what I can see, we will learn the winner very, very soon. But it also showed. I want to, before we close, let me remind you of our exciting news. So there will be for the next session of the FEM program that is now open. Use the secret words that I've mentioned. And let's listen to the most exciting part of today. It's finally awards. Now the moment we have been all waiting for. Please welcome back Katerina Belaruska, who will announce this year winners and share what awaits them next.
Hello. Hello again to everyone. Very exciting moment. So first of all, I would like to thank you one more time for all the participants. Girls, you were amazing. The projects are amazing, and I would love to see how they will develop. I mean, even the projects that are not winning today, I believe you will support them and to create more and expand them. And I would love to actually see how it will goes. And if you need, if at any stage you need our help, like the FEM team, we are always ready to support you or to give you an advice or the expertise or to help you to find this expertise. And also we're just talking with the jury members and discussing the projects, and I see that our jury, the ladies, they really like the projects, and we already have a lot of the ideas how we can support the girls and what we can propose. So girls, don't hesitate to contact FEM team if you need any kind of support. We will provide it because, as I told in the beginning, that the FEM is not just a program or the online course. It is really the community, the movement, and the sisterhood where we want to support young leaders. So now the most exciting parts. Just let me open. So I don't know how to start from the beginning or from the end. Okay, so the first place is going to the project named Girl Empower and the group number 5. Girls, my congratulations. So I will just told that the project was amazing, very actual, and the presentation was great. Amazing. And we believe that this project really can be implemented. So that's why we will support girls. After the summit, you will receive some communication on how we will continue with the grant and with the mentoring and the support. So see you soon. And now the second place. The second project that took more points from the jury is Dress Your Mind. Girls, congratulations. amazing project, amazing presentation. I personally liked the way you implement your skills during working on the project. So, girls, you are going to the camp. We will contact you as well. Hope you are happy. We will be happy to have you there as well. And the third place is going to the group number 1 and the project Guideloom. Girls, congratulations. So also, as we announced in the beginning that will be some participants who are not included in the winners groups, but we would love to invite them to our spring camp because the girls show the best scores during the course. So now I will announce these 3 girls. So this is Maria Vaitenko. Congratulations, you are going to the camp. Also, Anna Zaitseva and Victoria Железла. Congratulations, girls. We will be happy to see you all in Cyprus in spring. Thank you very much.
I hope everyone is happy with the results. I didn't want to be in jury's shoes just because it would be so hard. So hard. You did amazing work. So congratulations once again. Once again, talking about organizational stuff. So FEM Online Program organizers, they will reach girls you directly. So everything will be covered in details within 1 week. So don't be afraid or scared if you wouldn't receive any message from us today. Every details will be sent within the week. And before we close, let me remind you of the exciting news. As I mentioned before, registration for the new program, FEM Online Program, is now open. So add secret word INSPIRE, so you'll get an extra point. The code word is INSPIRE. Remember it, type it into your application form, or do the comment section and our social media. Share it with friends. Girls, you also, I hope that you'll be our future ambassadors who will share this program with your classmates and friends, so more people will learn about this amazing program. I also want to thank everyone who joined the FEM Summit 2025, our teams, mentors, jury, and speakers. That project truly inspired us as well. These final were amazing. And most importantly, thank you, girls, for doing amazing job and for highlighting and presenting your amazing projects. Don't forget our code word INSPIRE. Subscribe to all our social media waiting for you in our Instagram account. So let's turn on our cameras for one final group photo to celebrate this amazing journey. So happy to see beautiful faces. So now there'll be QR code. Join our social media. Please, we will keep you updated with all new programs and our news. And don't forget to support girls' projects. Thank you, everyone.